Professional operation.
Professional operation. Oh no, someone just left and screwed up my cameras. What happened there?
It was you.
What?
It was you.
Oh, it killed off
You had
the
two
camera.
cameras moving, remember? We were kind of taking the big out of the fact you had two cameras.
No, they can't see that. Don't. Oh. This is why I hate this thing. I hate the crunch. Okay.
2 years in the making, guys. 2 years in the making.
Good evening, everybody. So you ignore the 3 seconds that just happened and filled me with embarrassment. Hello and welcome to another Tuesday Crew show here on the Component Cast. It is a new series. We are playing a new game, and we have, first and foremost, the first thing I need to do is introduce a new friend. Discourse Miniatures is joining the crew. Say hi. Do you want to introduce yourself, like, properly, Discourse?
Hello. Yes. Hi. I am Discourse from Discourse Miniatures. I run a YouTube channel, also called Discourse Miniatures. Funnily enough, cover miniature wargaming. But yeah, excited to join you guys. Play some Zweihander is what we've got today, which is a very, from what I understand, a pretty low fantasy Warhammer-esque setting. So I'm very excited to try that out.
Yes, well, thank you for joining us, and welcome to the team. It's going to be fun to have you. I'm really looking forward to seeing your character. Before we get on with the rest of tonight, there are some other things that we need to cover. First up, we are going to be playing this game through a slightly different format, using the program Tailspire. Tailspire is a virtual tabletop with a bit of a difference. It's and I'm sure you'll get to see it in this game, but we'll have a little bit of a video of theirs coming up later. But this is going to be playing on Tailspire. You can get it through Steam, and I'm sure you'll probably want it. I've been playing around with it as a little on a little bit of a side as a GM. I know Roach has been adoring it as a GM, and
that's the reason we're using it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. So yeah, Tailspire. Keep an eye out. Other than that, the only thing I've got left to plug is the fact that you can really support this show by going to Patreon. I know that some people have been subscribing on Twitch. That's a great way to get yourself some Component Cast-based emotes. And without further ado... Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Roach, reveal yourself.
Yes, I will.
It's got
Hopefully this works.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes. I did not account for the limited visibility that this would incur. This is made of canvas, and I'm dying.
That's a proper DM look right there.
It's
Yeah.
Zweihander RPG, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. That's what's so wonderful of you. Yeah, Roach, Game Master, oh mighty master in the robe. Explain
games,
of
yes.
games. What are we playing?
Damn, I feel underdressed.
No, so do I.
Don't. I'm gonna die. We're playing, obviously, Zweihander, but Zweihander is a setting neutral RPG. It does not currently have, well, it has settings, but it doesn't have an official one. You can use whatever you want. So we're actually playing with a setting that I wrote years ago at this point, and have not done anything with because I'm lazy. So
That's what you want to hear from the GM right before you join their campaign, right?
oh yeah.
You're not selling yourself very well. Isn't this a setting that you're also writing a novel in?
I mean, yes, but I haven't
So-
gone far in it. So,
No, so
that's
there has
why.
been a lot of work put into this. He's underselling himself, everybody. We are in for a show tonight. I'm sure of it. But yes, Zweihander, you can pick it up online or the hardback. I think you get the hardback versions from Amazon as well. So if
Oh
you
yeah, you can.
if-
Oh wait, hold on, because we
yeah,
can do this now. We can do
yes,
this.
we can do
Just
product.
hold on,
We can show off product.
I
This
have
is
to make sure I don't bludgeon Duke if I drop this.
yes.
Yeah, there we go.
That is a beast.
That's
It's-
a workout routine. He's just
It's-
Yeah.
beast at pearls.
That's a tome, all right.
It is
Yeah,
it
this
is
this
a
is 600
tome.
pages.
That's a personal defense weapon, should need be.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
We're both using that, and we're using the very good, again, the very good expansion book, that came out, which is a German name I can't pronounce. The main something.
Main gosh.
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 There we go.
Gosh.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so we're going to be using that, and you can get digital copies and hardback versions. And I believe they're
Totally worth the
kickstartering.
hardback.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. I've been looking at the hardback as well myself, and I think they're currently early access. Not early access. Kickstartering a second edition.
No,
Aren't
they have had a Kickstarter. It's already been
That's it.
funded.
That's it.
It's not. I don't think it's necessarily. It's like 1.5 edition.
Yeah.
But it's a starter set. So it's everything self-contained with its own box and everything like that, and kind of all that kind of stuff. It honestly, it looks great.
Yes, I saw some images of it on Twitter, and I was like, I want. But without further ado, with all of the pre-game mess-ups and carnage out of the way, I think it is time for us to start tonight's broadcast. And we're back. So, Roach, for the first time in this campaign,
For the first time.
over to you.
So we go to a world that goes by the name of Val Dirus. I should know how to pronounce it. I wrote it. Great start. This is an old world of ancient empires, but new nations, of emerging new ideas and how they combat with the beliefs of the past. Ancient are the lands that modern nations and castles stand upon. Old secrets of antiquity lie just underneath the surface, lost to time, but maybe not forever. Civilization has slowly crawled back from the dark ages of the past, so recently ended. But in the deep forests, just beyond the walls of your city, dark corners of the world, untouched by civilization, are now filled with corruption. Because so recently, the lands themselves have been soaked with blood. A great schism between the hearts of the faithful. The preeminent religion of the continent has had itself a... How do I say this? Has had itself a bit of a conflict of character. A split between the new ideas and the ancient ideas, the old ways. And war sprouted from it. Specifically, we go to a continent known as Erosia. The center of civilization, if you hear them tell it. And this little section of it is where our story begins. In the lands of the Algon. A disparate people of many different nations and many different kingdoms. Petty kings, barons, free cities all inhabit this small section of the Erosian continent. And this is where the war has been going on for many years. 34 to be exact, since it began, and it remains. Some born now have never seen a time of peace. But thankfully, where we're going right now, the war hasn't touched in a few years.
Just to cut in here while Roach sets some things up, there is actually one thing I missed from our intro, which is we are down a player tonight because we need to actually say congratulations to that player. They have just become a father again of another child. So Utari, who would normally be joining us, we wish you, your family, and the new baby Charlie so much wellness, and we hope to see you soon, buddy. Yeah. But yeah, so that's why you see a black box as well. I thought just in case it's just like he's not hidden. He'll
be here eventually.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He is occupied right now.
So now that I've turned the page on my notes,
there you go.
We'll get back to there.
What's that? That creaking sound and a slapping of wood, you know, because you'd actually etched it into some wood for you.
Yes, I've had enough time to do so. So
I gave you 2 extra weeks.
So we come into a small area. I did share, at least with the host of this stream,
it's on the screen.
Princeton Middle. I don't have that up because I have limited bandwidth, so I can't tell. We go to a small nation, well, a moderately sized nation. It's been on the front line of this war for a particularly long period of time. The Princedom of the Lynn, which is situated, funny enough, in the Lynn Valley, which is named after a large river, which borders one side of the nation. You all find yourselves aboard a contraption that is very unique to this world. It is known as a road train. Now, it's not automated. It is being pulled by very specifically bred large beasts of burden. Horses, but they've been specifically bred for generations for this. They're twice as large as a normal horse. And there are 4 of them pulling a large train of carts and wagons. They take things to and fro, especially in times of war, because it limits, because most companies don't want to pay for protection of their goods, and passengers find traveling in large numbers is safer. You were all aboard one of these. You boarded for various reasons on the border town of Prizon, on the bank of the northern side of the Lynn. And it's been a few days since you left, going north. A route that hasn't been traveled in a while. Winter makes this trek difficult. The deep forests aren't necessarily well cared for. Roads, ice over, snowbanks, block passage. But the snow has melted, and the charter was made, and you all got aboard for whatever reasons you have to the ultimate end point of this, the once wartime capital, but now crossroads city of St. Thilo in the center of the princedom. You're only a few days out from Prizon. You had recently spent a night in the small village of Dimstall, which was near the Red Pike River. You left this morning with the wagon master loudly and curmudgeonly saying he wished to get out early before the weather turned. Ever since first light today, there's been a light fog that stubbornly clings to the earth around you, and a light wind whistles through the trees. Either side of the road is just choked with the forest. Hasn't been clear cut like it is further south near larger settlements. But we go into the head of this train, the largest of the wagons, which, to give a mental image of it, it's like a coach, but larger. It can seat 6 people, three to a bench facing face to face, with leg room in the center, with a lot of luggage on top. They're quite large, and inside we find one of our party, wearing the symbol of a knightly order, sitting at a window seat. Please describe your character, Mikey.
Jeska is a 6'2" tall Grandel. So she has cloven hooves that you can see tapping against the floor as she reads. She is wearing leather armor with various metal reinforcements here and there strapped underneath it. Her hair is very long, very honey brownish, curling, which kind of stands out as very distinguishing to her. She is bronze skinned, looks like she spent a lot of time in the sun. Her features aren't quite what you would expect for a full-blooded Grandel. There's a bit of something else in there. Her features are very sharp, and while her nose is very much the shape you would expect it to be, there's more pointedness to her features. She has on her hip a mortuary sword, and lying on the seat beside her, which is where the symbol is most prevalent, is a roundel shield with the symbol of a pyre on it. Her eyes are golden, and she is just reading a book that she picked up at some point that she never finished.
You sit amongst the more wealthy of the individuals that took part in this chartered journey. I just need to get out my headphones for a second. There we go. Around you see two other individuals sitting within the wagon. A lot of wasted space, but again, this hasn't been a commonly traveled route recently. A kind of an overweight individual, human man dressed in kind of finery, but more of a showy finery, not as is not trying to be subtle. Just drinking from a wineskin and taking up the extra room he is afforded by it being only at half capacity. And directly across from you, there's also an individual who you've spoken to. So, I'm sorry. Read. Oh, that was just okay. You've spoken to recently during your travels, because it does get boring, the monotonous travel. A middle-aged man dressed in kind of long robes that you know to be a arcane practitioner that is traveling to St. Telo. You've had discussions back and forth about it, but other than that, you're kind of alone in this wagon, with only the sounds of the axles and wheels against the cobblestones, or half cobblestones. The further you go, the less structured the road becomes, and the rougher the rougher the ride gets. And the sound of the driver of the train, who is not shy with his curses to the animals. And funny enough, because of your position, he's right behind you. You're sitting with your back to him, so he's above and behind you, like on the other side of the wall. You've been, for this whole leg of this journey today, you just heard his leg bouncing, like against the footboard, like a nervous bounce.
It sounds like our good friend upstairs is a little nervous.
The older
ears flick. The goat ears flick a little as she heard it.
The arcane practitioner, who you know to be called. Sorry, just give me a second. Thamdel. He's just been staring out the windows and kind of just fiddling with a bead of like white marble. He just has in his hand. He's just kind of fiddling with it. I can see why. It's a little ominous today.
Well, I suppose you're right. It's a unique day out there.
And again, the conversation dies out as it normally does. And the camera pulls back out of the wagon and goes slightly further back. And what we see is there's kind of a tiered system to these wagons. That was the only roof-covered nice one of this train. Behind that is a whole bunch of open, basically boxes with wheels that are passenger wagons. They don't even have seats. They're just kind of there, however many people can fit in them, but for a cheaper price. And that's where we find the bulk of individuals here. the first one, riding closest to the covered wagon, at the head of the second, we see a individual that looks somewhat out of place in Erosia. Rival, would you please describe your character?
My character is called Drakel Desertwind III. He is an aristocrat from the Drakel family. Is as I'm going to say is as Talan of ancestry. Is a lizard creature, so he has 3 toes on each foot, which end in very nice claws. But whereas he looks very foreboding with his deep red eyes, he's dressed in very fine clothes, flowing somewhat from the desert heat. And he's extremely charming.
Yes, and your cloak doesn't flow as much today. It's only a small, gentle wind through the trees. In fact, honestly, it's kind of miserable today. The fog makes the air really humid, and it clings to your scales. It's kind of a clawing feel to it. And the majority of individuals in this train don't get too close to you. You're, as you know, not common here by any means. Your people not native to Erosia. But you have been somewhat distracted as of the last couple of miles, as apparently while you were overnight in Dimswall, a cat had slept on the top of the wagon and has now just been sitting there staring at you staring at it for the last 20 minutes.
And I will win this match.
You just keep staring at this cat as it just lazily looks at you, does the tilt. Behind you, at the other end of the wagon, taking up more space than most others, it's a large figure. Midge, would you please describe your character?
Absolutely, I will. Give me 2 moments to get me actually on here. Yes. So, you see a large, hulking individual who is trying to keep as small as they possibly can. It doesn't work, of course, because naturally they're 8'11". They keep a hunch, low profile, in very seemingly fine-ish clothes. That of a well-to-do merchant, but all in dark neutral tones, blacks, greys, slight gilding every now and then. They are deep in a tome that is chained to their side, writing. The cold weather it doesn't really affect them as much, but they're still wrapped up warm. They've got sideburns, pointed features, large nose, and this apparent ogre seems more erudite than his kinsman. But you see Newton J. Hemlock, deep in a book, maybe of his own writing, maybe it's work, just tapping the page, thinking, but keeping an eye on all the individuals around them, making sketches perhaps.
And you see an eclectic lot around you. In front of you, you see a individual of Ascalon ancestry staring at a cat. Behind you, there's a couple of passenger wagons in train, behind you, from what you've gathered with your keen hearing and skills, is a husband and wife couple, and a down on their luck tradesman that have taken this. That are taking this journey.
Well,
Honestly,
I hope their chances improve, but we shall see. And I close the book and put it back to my side and continue to look around.
Yes, and what you see is the sun has been up for a few hours, but the fog hasn't burned off. Just sticks around. So it's a kind of a unique look, because you get the light rays through the forest, but then those are diffused by the fog itself as well. So it's pretty in a way, ominous in another. As we go further back, behind the couple and the tradesman, sitting in a back corner of the last passenger cart, it's a smaller figure. Red, would you please describe your character?
So, Ashen Wildfoot is a little gnome. They're wearing dark furs and leathers. Looks like they might have caught them themselves. And if they ever look up, you'll see a pair of bright blue eyes. But they're very much staying to a corner and not interacting. Not being very watchful, but making no movement to interact with anyone.
As has been the case for the last few days since this train left its starting point. Just hear the bits of conversation from the couple at the head of this wagon, or this cart. You've actually, hold on. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do something here. We're going to make a roll.
Wait, what? I've got first roll.
Yes, you have the first roll of the game. I just have to actually look at the skills in the game so I remember them. You can make you can make an awareness check. This is going to be
Awareness.
just a standard awareness check. It's going to be just standard, so no pluses, no minuses.
So I've got apprentice in that.
Okay, so you have a plus 10 to whatever your perception score is.
So I rolled an 86. So 96 plus.
No, you rolled an
101.
No, you're not adding them. So what is your perception score? What's your perception percentage?
51.
51, and you have a +1 for awareness, so it's a 61. You rolled an 86, which means you failed. You need to roll under the cumulative number. So it's hard to gather. Yeah, that's how it works. And there we go. Now we all know. Basically, the conversations going on around you are too broken up. It's an open air cart, so wind breaks up that noise every so often, and it's hard to kind of keep track of what they're saying. You get bits and pieces, but it's not intelligible. You get the sense that the couple up at the front are talking about a wedding, maybe. It's hard to tell. And they're the only ones talking in your cart.
Okay.
And Ashen just sits there, kind of alone, not making eye contact, just being by themselves. And we move further back into the baggage carts. The carts where just goods are stacked high and strapped down. Somewhat unbeknownst to everyone else in the train, at least for the first few days, but that changed after the first stop. A stowaway had surreptitiously and unknowingly got onto the wagon before it departed. And a small figure now just sits at the back of the last wagon in the train, feet dangling off the back. Discourse, would you please describe your character?
Sure. So the reason why I'm sitting at the back with my feet dangling is to make sure that the smell is going backwards so no one can smell me, so you don't know that I'm on this train. I am a 5'4", so I'm very small. I'm a sort of emaciated looking human male. I have got, basically, you wouldn't know me. If I were to sit down, I probably look like a pile of rags right now. I'm just a bundle of clothing, like a dirty laundry that you'd leave in a pile in the room. And I have just layers and layers and layers of clothes all over me. And I have, in terms of my face, one of my eyes is covered by dirty rags. Aside from that, though, I'm mostly just clothing, really. And I jangle a lot when I walk. So anytime that I might have wandered by, perhaps to surreptitiously steal a spoon or something like that, I've jangled and jingled. You've been able to hear me quite well, but I do slink around in the trash of the ground. So I do try to sort of make it level with any trash that's scattered about your feet.
Okay. Yes, and you sit at the back of the wagon train, and you've just been watching the countryside move past you.
Well, actually, if there's a chain on a book going around, that sounds like prime Kluft action. I mean, if I'm hearing the rattle of real metal, this is, I think this is an opportunity.
Yeah, could be.
It's like I can smell the iron in the air.
Yes. You do remember back about 4 days ago, during the first setting of camp for the train, when you were found originally, that the merchant made no small measure of telling you that if he found any of his goods gone, that he wouldn't investigate anyone else.
What does this merchant sell?
The merchantman just has a whole bunch of he's selling goods at St. Tilo. So there's a lot of various things. It's like a what would you call it? Like a variety merchant. So there's like a case of spices. One thing. There's a case of like finery, like some candlesticks. Some like, well, you know.
You have nothing of value to me. Pish posh.
Yeah.
No need.
So, yeah, we see all these individuals, see the train continue to move, and it's just another day in this travel. It's monotonous. None of you really have anything to do. The driver does his job, and you're just along for the ride. It gets to be about midday. You've made a good distance, you feel, but the cobbles in the road have totally gone. That was 30 miles back, at least. And now it's just a bare dirt road with deep wagon ruts that are slightly too small for these wagons, so it's kind of blazing its own trail. Thankfully, it's a very wet road right now. The fog has not allowed anything to dry as the fog continues to cling to the ground. There's a slight change in scenery as at least the ones at the forward section of the train can see. The train crests the top of the rim of a valley and begins it traveling down a gentle slope. The trees become much more dense around this section. In fact, it gets so dense that in some places you can't see the light through the canopy. It's just rays coming down through the thick branches. We get to a level section, and even the ones that can't see at the head of the wagon train can hear why there is a valley here. You hear the sound of rushing water. Seems there is a river running through this valley. And it's getting louder as you continue going through this flat portion.
Ooh, water. I shiver involuntarily.
Is there a window near me that I can look out of and look at the river?
Oh, the non front wagons are all open topped. They have no covers.
Okay, I've got up a bit and I'm just watching.
Yeah, it's odd. You can definitely tell that this is not a well-traveled path, at least not for like this kind of traffic. So you understand why it's when they were kind of pitching this trip, they were saying this doesn't happen a lot, so if you need to go, the ticket's worth it.
I finally beat the cat.
Yes, the cat did look away whenever the water sound came about. But yeah, the forest is very thick here, so it definitely hasn't been like cleared in any way. People haven't made camp near the road or anything, as far as you can tell. At least not the section you're on. At least for a long time.
Is that unusual? Would we expect there to be plenty of people on the roads?
It depends on where you're at. None of you have really been here before. This little section between the Torrings River and the Red Pike River, where you're just about to get to, is kind of not well traveled. It's kind of the boonies of the princedom. So even people who have lived in the princedom for a good amount of time have not been here a lot. This is mostly known for, it has some logging camps a bit further on that are known for their very high quality, like old growth wood that they chop down. It's used a lot. But as far as actually discourse, I've forgotten your character's name. Off the top of my head, I need to write
It's
that.
the easiest one.
It is the easiest one. It's Kluft. It's a sound more than a name.
Yes, that's true. All right. Well, Kluft, that's a good point. I want you to go ahead and make a check here. I need to move my hood.
Using your pipe to move your hood.
Yes. I'm Pete Gandalf.
Welcome to Decadence.
Absolutely.
I just got to figure out what the equivalent of a history check in this.
Folklore?
Yeah,
Might be
folklore. Yeah, a folklore check. I'm going to say a folklore challenging check. So you would, you'd minus 10 from whatever you roll.
Okay. And luckily, Kluft
minus-
is
Minus
good
10
at
from whatever
folklore.
you have to roll.
Yeah.
So what's your, tell us, because that way we,
Sure. So my intelligence is 43. I am surprisingly smart for a little trash boy. And I've picked up plenty of stories from old Nan. So I do have a dot in folklore, so I'm specialized somewhat in that. So that gives me plus
Okay.
10, I believe.
yes, it does. So whatever your score is, basically roll this check, but because it's a challenging check, ignore the essentially just ignore the folklore skill rank. It's just going to be your intelligence.
Sure.
Just as
No
a
problems. That's a modifier.
just as a query, and because some of the people at home also might be learning with us, because a lot of that's kind of how we run games here. Are we trying to roll under our percentage or our bonus?
You're trying to, your bonus is just a one number, so your bonus just adds to things that apply to that. So like your perception bonus is added to the range of like ranged weapons as a way of figuring out how far you shoot with ranged weapons, and agility, stuff like that. Your percentage is the base thing you're shooting to roll under, and then you add any associated bonuses to that through skill ranks, or maybe the skill is easier. So discourse, go ahead and roll folk check.
Sure. So my intelligence is 43. I get plus 10 for folklore, but then it's minus 10 for challenging. And I have rolled a D100, and I have rolled 71. So I have rolled quite a bit over my stat.
You have, it's, yeah, you are somewhat local to here. You've kind of traveled around these roads, but you've never been up this far. You don't know the specifics, but you do remember people saying about 5, maybe 6 years ago, when the war was going very badly for the Venturum coalition.
Going really well for shoe salesmen, though.
Yeah, they had pushed pretty far, and the front lines were somewhere ahead between Low Hill and Liansing. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe the travel was disrupted quite a bit because the war was, the front lines were there, so not a lot of people were going that far up this far. But yeah, you contemplate that as you look around, and yeah, it's normally around roads it's much more cleared out because there's people want to be able to just go off to the side of the road and camp, or just lay down for the night if they need to, because they're sparsely populated, but not here.
Okay.
Nobody's been here for a while.
Okay. I want to... so who would be the character that's closest to Kluft in this moment? Who would be the...
You have one luggage cart between you and Ashen.
Okay. I'm going to slither my way towards Ashen, sort of surreptitiously through baggage and things like that, in order to not be too perceived by the, by people trying to take my stuff. Yeah. You never know. People are always trying to take your stuff, So I'm going to
see
slide
you or
up.
smell you first?
It's probably the latter, to be honest. You probably hear me too. I'm not.
If you're not being particularly stealthy, yeah, Ashen, you hear Kluft pretty early. Like there's a lot of metal things in this cart that are jangling.
And as if you look over towards me, and our eyes, plural, more on your side than mine, lock. I wanna say, boots. There was battles here. Keep an eye out for boots. We could get lucky.
Alright, Pete, pet.
They could be made of leather. Have you seen any?
Only the ones on my feet.
No good. No good. Be warned. No. Best on the bodies of corpses. No one come running after you then.
An odd one.
I waggle my eyebrows in response.
I'll eat.
We sure Kluft's human.
Yeah, entirely human.
Yeah. Feels like an alien's just learned things about humanity secondhand and is like, yes, I am human male, yes.
No, we all know the rat folk aren't real.
My fake
Is actually just playing a Skaven.
my fake nose falls off, revealing underneath.
Suddenly snout.
Yeah. As you're both in the middle of this conversation, we'll call it that. You all feel the motion of the wagon. It's odd because this is like they're all linked through a kind of a soft like linkage between each wagon, so they can move independently of each other. But that doesn't mean there's a little slack between them. So when the head wagon stops, the back of the train doesn't stop for a little bit. It kind of gets stopped by the one in front of it stopping, which then stops it. So there's like you kind of hear it before you feel it, of all of the wooden connections kind of making a as the weight of the whole train stops. In the front of the wagon train, a little bit before that conversation, all of you who are quite a bit further ahead, you saw and heard the train driver start just a string of curses and an anger kind of directed at existence. You're not sure.
Sounds normal.
Yes, as the wagon stops, as he brings it to a halt.
Newton stands up the end of the wagon that he's in. Obviously gives slightly as well. Just because, I'm 720 pounds.
There's a reason your wagon is almost empty.
Yeah. I stand
He's
up
a
and
chunky boy.
you just hear me shout to the driver, "What seems to be the hold-up?"
More curses just keep springing out from the front as you see him like get up. And he's a very he's an older gentleman who looks to be, if you had to imagine somebody who's lived in the forest for a particularly long period of time, he kind of gives off that vibe. So he's definitely like almost like a mountain man kind of aesthetic to him. I want to say, if you ever watched the Hateful Eight, the bounty hunter character with that's chained to the lady is kind of the
with the, like,
I forget the name of
it.
Big mutton chops, the big fur coat that he's wearing, basically that. But after he gets done with the next string of curses, which actually is in a Newton is from, where's Newton from?
I don't think we actually defined which nation he's from.
That was on you.
Oh, I didn't. I'm from all over.
I'm a child of the earth.
Classic.
Well, the thing is, Newton was raised by humans, so he could have been from anywhere. So.
Could have been from anywhere. Judging from what I know of your backstory, you're probably from a bit further north. So you're probably from along like the Singing Coast or something like that. Definitely along the Small Sea, like the coast of the Small Sea. So actually, you don't understand the curses. It's in a language you don't know. But then he calls out in the common tongue, which is kind of an amalgam of a lot of erosion languages. The bridge is out! As he starts getting down from the wagon, very curmudgeonly.
I assume I heard this from underneath him.
Oh, you definitely heard this. Everybody heard it. His voice carries because, again, it's just a still Like there's a slight breeze, but because the fog kind of does that kind of baffling of sound, it's like there's sound dampening all around, so that everything kind of carries pretty far when it does come out.
I wanna, if I hear that, I wanna look at Ashen and say there may be debris with an excited lilt in my voice, and I wanna rush towards the front.
As soon as I find out the bridge is out, I go, okay, and just kind of sit back down.
Oh no, I'm all over this terrible accident.
All right, well,
Are there
all sorts
any
of loot.
like victims or people surviving at the side or anything like that?
if you like look over, you just see it's really hard to see because these horses that are bred for this job, like they're pretty big. So it's kind of like even if you lean to the side of the wagon, like you just see kind of the side of a horse and another horse, and then it's kind of obscure. It's obfuscated a little bit. And you're also a little further back, so the fog does kind of do a little bit to make it hard to see from where you're at.
I'll just sit back down in my seat and relax.
So, if anybody else, so what is Ashen doing? As you see the little goblin man going for debris.
He's a trash boy.
Okay, little trash
Pretty
boy.
human, just. I'm glad. Curiosity or staying quiet. Curiosity or staying quiet. Can I? Because I'm only tiny. Is there any? I assume the baggage cart is one back, so can I sort of duck my head round and see if I can see down the front or anything?
Sure. Give me a. I'm just gonna say, give me a scrutinize check, because you're trying to peer through something. It's not about your awareness of your situation. It's about that. So.
Nope.
Well, you gotta tell me what you got, because if you roll like doubles and stuff like that, that matters and everything.
Okay. My perception is 51. I got a 68.
68. Okay. And also, like, even if you fail, degrees of failure do kind of matter, so that wasn't that bad. You don't see, like, it's hard to gather like much information. You can definitely see the edge of the bank of the river, so we're definitely like right on where the bridge is. Like the front of the train must be like within spitting distance of where that bridge starts, or was at some point.
All right. I sit back down and say a little prayer to myself.
Okay. What does Jeska do?
Well, Jeska has been listening to this swearing, and she's like, well, I suppose
Actually,
I have to go do something.
Where's Jeska from?
I don't think we actually came up with that. She's
Like half of the people in this group told me directly.
I did!
Yeah.
well, I
The
wasn't
other half
sure
didn't.
because of her heritage and how things would combine that way, and you know.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of places they could be. Just gonna all roll.
Like,
Actually,
where would be close enough to have what her mother is and what her father is together at the same time?
Oh, Grendels are pretty common everywhere. Like it's the Val Dirus has a fairly Erosia has a very even coverage of the various kin. So human kin, dwarf kin, elf kin, orc kin, like they're all fairly common everywhere. And beast kin, Grendels, are like they're concentrated, but they're kind of everywhere. Like there's just like concentrated sections of them. So you could be like from kind of the same place where Midge's character is from, or you could be a bit further south in the frozen south, like kind of the equivalent of like the Scandinavia section of the world.
Yeah, sure. That's where she's from. She's from
Okay.
somewhere in the frozen south.
Yeah, you definitely understood what this man was saying this whole time, and it's a lot of very vile curses that he just
Glances at like the wizard and says, "Well, that's colorful.
I'm afraid I don't.
You
I
should be grateful."
I suppose. What if he's just
And
like looking
she'll
over?
stand up and strap her shield to her arm, check her sword, put her book back in the bag, and she leaves her like actual bag there, which is just, travel stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll step out of the wagon and go after him, make sure he doesn't end up being killed by some random thing.
Right. The wizard. The wizard. Thamden also follows you. He's curious about this. Merchant doesn't give a crap. He just sits there and he's just
Typical merchant.
He's in his second wineskin at this point, and he's pretty buzzed. It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's medieval
but
wine as well, so that's like, ugh.
It's pretty, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you both get out. So I'm gonna say probably around the same time. Both. So Jeska, Thamden, and I have to keep looking at your character because it's just a sound.
Kluft.
Kluft. I keep losing the L. Kluft. Yeah.
It's like Tuft, but Kluft.
Yeah. You all get to the front of the wagon train kind of at the same time, because Kluft is very kind of scampy and also kind of immediately went and didn't have any debate. So yeah, it's kind of all get there around the same time. Yes. And what you see is at the front of the train is what was a cobblestone bridge. Like it was a bridge that was fairly wide, and a bridge that was fairly wide and would have spanned the whole river. But yes, go ahead.
So this isn't like just a wooden bridge or whatever, like just some dinky little bridge. This is like a proper.
No, this would have been
highway.
This would have been like paid for by the local baron or whoever the noble of this place was. Like this would have been like infrastructure. This wouldn't have been made by like locals.
How big is the chasm between like the?
Fording this river wouldn't be that hard, but because of the snow melts upstream, it's very swollen, and it's also quick. The Red Pike is kind of known for it's got its name from the fact that it's a very quick running river. So you could ford it, but not with like a vehicle. Like the wagon couldn't do that. At least not unless there was like an actual ford nearby. So but you could probably swim it, but it'd be like that situation where you're swimming and you've got to like aim downstream because you're gonna be going laterally instead of straight across. It's not gonna.
Water is a death sentence.
Yeah. So, but yeah, what you see is that the bridge looks like the whole center bit has just fallen away. Like there's no debris of the stones. So either they sunk to the bottom and it's a particularly deep section, or it got swept downstream when it fell apart. And you just see ahead of all of you, there's just the driver who's just like. He's down on like one knee and he's like looking across and he's trying to like he looks to be in thought.
So what's well, I can see what the problem is, but what do you think we should do?
I got a few options. We could go back. There's a couple of fords over the river to the south. We'd have to turn off about 2 days back to do that, and it'd be a pretty hard journey.
Right.
Could go all the way back and take the south road. Go over the Everney path. Go across the Lynn and then up through the center, but that's adding weeks.
And there's no other options? Nothing that you can think of, because I won't lie, I don't really know much about around here.
Okay, that was a critical success on his part. Maybe we could cut down some trees
I could
and cut down some trees and span the chasm. It looks like the foundations on either side of the river are solid. Wouldn't last long, but we might be able to get it across.
Do you know if there's anyone on the train who might have an idea about construction? I'm no Dolman? You, maybe? You're an educated man.
I know the arcane, and only the arcane.
Oh, you
And
know.
also, practical casting isn't my forte. I'm going to give a talk to students, not necessarily to demonstrate.
Oh, listen, you
Ew.
never know. You never know what the man did before he became a wizard.
How can you give words?
You vex me.
Yes, you stink. Please go take a bath.
You
What?
vex me as an individual. No,
What?
I couldn't help. He
Well, thank you
ignores me.
anyway, Toby.
He said his piece with you. He's done. He's done.
Hex. Hex, vex, hex, vex, hex. Ugh.
Thank you anyway, Tolman.
The driver, who by this point you would actually know his name, Victor, gets up and he yells kind of across to the wagon train, and he goes, "Gonna need hands. We need to span the chasm."
But there's water in the chasm.
Just don't
That's why
fall in.
that's why we're spanning it with trees. We need to get logs.
We should just take weeks instead. I'm in no rush.
You can go ahead
I
if you
am.
want.
I get paid the same for both routes, so I want to finish this early.
You could feel free to start walking if you want. You didn't pay a cent for this.
That's a good point. You are stowaway, so
You can go ahead and fuck off if you want.
No, I need hands. We need to start cutting down trees. Has anyone got a strong back? Or an axe?
What?
I
Ashen makes an appearance.
do have a woodsman's axe on me. somewhere.
Drakel kind of like, ugh, physical labor.
That was a 15. Victor looks at you pointedly, Kluft, and he looks at you, trails down to the silhouette of a woodsman's axe under one of your clothes, and he's like, "Can't help? You sure about that? Stowaway?" Pointedly looking at the axe silhouette.
I will break out in a sweat in response. And I will.
Oh god, you smelly, holy shit.
All right, we have one volunteer, and he starts. He doesn't give you a choice, Kluft. Yes, Ashen. What did you?
No, literally, Ashen was sort of putting her hand up.
Yes, everybody, just start looking. Start looking for a good solid tree. We start getting a couple of these down. We should be done in a few hours.
No, you don't understand. This isn't to be used. It's a collection piece. I want to hold up the axe.
Is it like an
Purely
axe?
for collection.
Is it a functioning axe?
Yeah, it's a really weathered, worn, dirty-looking axe.
Yeah, Victor takes it and he looks at it. And he's like, it'll work. Just-
They're swinging, just.
So,
No help.
how wide was the breakage again? Because I've been sat down listening, but I haven't been helping.
It's like you would need to give like an example. It may be like at the smallest point. If you were at the furthest point of the one break to the closest point of another break, you maybe have 50 feet.
Oh wow! Okay.
You're talking about redwoods here.
Yeah, no, these are old growth like woods. This is what it's known for here. So these are giant trees that are.
We're in Canada, people.
We're in Canada.
Yeah, essentially, these are giant trees, and Victor
Why don't
kind
we
of
just
does
ask
more.
the trees to fall over? They'll probably do it.
So Victor goes around and he starts asking for volunteers. The tradesman down in his luck goes in for it. Like he's totally for this.
Jeska will help however she can.
Okay. Ashen volunteered as well.
Drakel
not
gave a big sigh about physical labor, but gets up to help.
I have complete
you,
faith
big
in. I have complete faith in all of your abilities.
Oh, all right.
Why?
Many swear words in language he doesn't understand about the big ogre not helping.
It might be something to do with my character that I'm not allowed to help right now.
So, okay. So what happens is he goes around, he gets a couple of, the man of the couple also goes to help. He's not particularly helpful, but he's holding things.
He's a body. It's good enough.
Yeah, he's holding things. It takes a lot to move these trees. And so what happens, what I just want all of you to do that are helping with this, everybody that's helping, I just want you all to make a toughness check. It's just going to be a standard toughness check. Anybody who's helping, and tell me if you succeed or fail, or critically succeed or critically fail. Just let me know.
I'm just going to be pointing. I'm still reading my, looking at my book and making notes. Just not even looking up from it. Go pointing out at people.
Toughness?
Just
55. So
come
that
on,
is a
put your back
critical
into it.
success for me.
Critical success, cool. That's one. I got that.
It's under
Toughness,
brawn, babe.
it's under brawn.
And
Yep.
a critical fail is a 100, right? A roll of 100.
No. It doubles are critical fails or successes, and whether or not that double was a success or failure. Yes, 100 is always a critical failure. A 1 is always a critical success. But any doubles are their associated criticals as well.
So like 99, for example, or 88. Those are critical
Yes.
fails.
Okay,
Okay.
so I needed 52, or I need to get under 52. I got 17.
So, oh shit. Okay, cool. Got that. So we got one critical success, one success.
I feel I've rolled a 92.
Okay, one failure.
Which is good because I probably
I
wasn't going to help
failed too.
anyway.
I don't
was
fail
that?
by much. I've got a toughness of 52 and I rolled a 68.
Okay, so it's another failure. All right, and then Victor's gonna make his check. He has a 56. That's a 43, so that's a success. And then the man from the couple, the wedding couple, he has a failure. He only had a 30. So with even successes and failures, but you had a critical success, so I'm just gonna count that as a double success. So what happens is you spend a couple of hours just cutting down these trees that Victor finds. So Victor's like going around, he's just finding these the kind of the biggest ones he can find, and it's half of them, half of the thing is not chopping the trees down, it's getting them to where they're useful, getting them to the road, because it's a forest that hasn't been clear cut, so there's a lot of undergrowth and stuff like that. So half of it, after the tree is chopped down, it's just clearing out a path that's wide enough to kind of haul these trunks in.
I think that there's no way we could get one of those beasts of burden to give us a hand, no?
I don't want to risk them because they cost a lot of money.
That's fair. All right. I'll shut the fuck up.
They cost a lot of money, and they're very specifically bred for this one job. And
That's fair, yes. Okay. Never mind.
Don't want them to pull a hammy or something.
Pull a the horse pull a hamstring.
Yeah. So, a couple hours go by. You've got 2 trunks that have been kind of cut down, brought in, kind of cleared of their branches, etc., and then brought kind of to where they need to go. And the light is going. It's kind of later afternoon kind of time. It's starting to edge towards there. Got a couple hours towards sundown. You definitely know it's probably going to take a few more of these before you get enough where you'd be comfortable kind of crossing with this, because you don't want one of the you don't want this to tip. Anyway, because then it's just gonna bring all of them down. These are all connected carts, so Victor's being very cautious about this. But you've got good foundational supports on left and right. I need. Actually, I'm just gonna roll here. I need Jeska to make an awareness test.
Okay, so that's just a 45 for me because I do not have any training in it. It's just a flat roll.
Okay.
Flat
It's a
roll.
Cool.
Ooh, the dice fell. I'll re-roll that because that,
Whatever that is, it's an 8 something.
it's an 8. And it's an 8, so it's an 88.
Oh, 88. That's a critical failure. Okay, cool. All right.
So that dice is never being used again.
Throw that out.
It's going
Okay.
you eat that one. That's gone.
So Jeska, you're helping you're helping with the clear cutting. So you've got like there's a couple of like a few tools that were on the wagon, not necessarily woodsman's axe, but like long blade, like threshing, like flails and stuff like that. Just to help kind of clear out like underbrush and things. You're just helping with that. When suddenly you look up and the man you were working with, who you know to be the tradesman, who you through talking was Carter Retting, is gone.
Carter? And she looks around. Hey, Carter, where'd you run off to?
You just see fog. If anything, the fog's gotten thicker over the last like half hour.
Victor?
Oh.
What?
Have you seen Carter? He just walked off.
No, he was with you.
He's just walked off. He's not here.
And maybe he went to go take a shit.
I'd expect him to respond at the very least.
Maybe he's a shy one.
Maybe, but listen, I don't want to go. Do you
Who are
want to
you
go back
looking
to his
for?
wife and tell him he's gone missing?
What was that, Red?
What are you looking for?
Carter, the human who was with me, the sort of, and she'll describe him, like that one, the not so helpful one.
Can I try and roll a success for the first time today?
Maybe.
Yeah, you can. It's going to be a challenging roll though, because you weren't there for what happened.
So a base roll because I've got a point in awareness.
Yes.
Nope.
You look
85.
around. Yeah, you look around and you don't see anything that would show like a path or anything like that. There's just where Jeska like points out where he was. You just see a what looks to be like a short bladed like knife that he was using to cut away like vines. It's just on the ground.
I've got my hand on my sword now at this point.
Yep.
Oh.
Can I get my bow out?
Yeah, you
Clean.
can take the bow out. I need forgive me because it'll take a while for me to memorize all the names. Newton, I need you to make an awareness check.
I'm gonna be interviewing them, the wife. So where are you from? like,
Okay.
but
It's
I'll
just
make.
a standard roll, standard awareness check.
Oh, where are my dice?
The dice
I
have
don't
gone.
know.
He's at them.
I had this here a
For
moment
everybody
ago.
watching, by the way, this is the first time in a campaign we're actually, for a full like length campaign, we're not using an automatic dice roller of
Yeah.
any sort. We're
Digital
going
dice.
manual.
We're all going.
Hey,
we're going old
Mine
school.
was a
We're going
full
analog.
campaign. All right, it only lasted 2 weeks, but it was a full campaign.
There was a
Okay, I
two-shot.
got a
You've got 2 fighting
45.
combat things going on. You can.
I rolled
What was that, Mitch?
I rolled a 45, and my awareness is my perception is a 45%. I rolled exactly what I needed.
Oh, that is a success then. Barely a success. Cool. So what? So you're like interviewing this woman. Basically, what you get is her and her husband are going to her sister's wedding in Barnay, up on the north border. So there's just that's mostly what you get. They're just talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You kept starting to say something.
Yes.
So.
Any history of a weeping cough in your family?
Not that I know of.
What about boils, lumps, bumps, pustules?
I'm not sure if I should talk to you.
You have the physique for it. I'm just merely interested.
Right. And so, what you hear during this conversation, this horrid conversation, you hear a rustling, and then the sound of the shocks, the springs on the lead wagon shift around. And when you look to the head of the train, the cat that was at the front that was laying on the baggage is gone. And you see a tiny bit of red off to the side of the wagon.
Oh, good. I stand bolt upright, which is probably the first time that's actually happened. And even when I stood up before, I was still keeping the hunch, and I let out a claw of, something just ate the cat. We better get back to the cart, everybody.
I draw the sword. Everyone back to the cart.
I take out a small wooden spoon or a small wooden fork from my jacket, and I throw it to the ground angrily and say, well, I won't need that now. And then I'll sort of, in a huff, wander back towards with a...
Excuse me, madam. You might want to keep out of sight. Perhaps lay down. Everything will be okay.
Everything will be all right. You just said a cat was eaten. She just gets down low into the cart.
I just take out my cudgel and start sort of just... I'm going to stand over this lady and just be like looking around at what just ate the cat.
Right. So you look around, you're doing that. This the group that was out there cutting and kind of like clearing a path for the log you just cut down starts moving back as a group. So you've got the kind of not single file line, you're just kind of moving in like a tactical blob. And just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna roll. Okay. Cool. So everyone in that blob, which would be Kluft, which would be Jeska, be Ashen, and it would be
Victor.
Drakel? Victor. Drakel? Is it Drakel or Drakel? Drakel.
Neither.
Neither. That would have been the perfect answer. So basically, just everybody in this this section, as well as the other half of the couple, a man named Daniel. The wizard has just been kind of he's just been at the head of the like near the bridge, just kind of like, yeah, it looks like it's good. Like every time you bring like a log, so he's still there. But yeah, this group starts moving, and you get most of the way back to the wagon when suddenly you see Daniel just cease to be there. There's just a mass moves laterally from you, and he's taken with the mass, and you just hear like into the fog, and just like a beating like feet.
Can I send an arrow after him?
Sure. Go ahead and make a martial ranged or a simple ranged, depending on what your I think it's simple
Okay,
range.
so do I need to get underneath combat or underneath agility?
Combat, because you're rolling simple range, so that's what skill's associated with.
But if you hit, you add your agility bonus.
To damage.
Gotcha.
To damage.
But Midge, I seem to have got your luck right now, so if you could take it back, that would be great.
You're not rolling 2s.
Yeah, I would.
No.
No, she's rolling the.
I would
equivalent
love
of twos.
twos.
Yeah, she's rolling the equivalent of twos.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
No. The thing is, I Touchwood. I used to track really well rolls in a D100 game, but really bad rolls in
Our only war
D6
game
games.
you did really well.
Failed once the entire campaign.
Yep.
I hit! I rolled
Hey.
a 47, and my thing is 52.
Great. So you hit. Now they get
Daniel.
a dodge chance. Now here's the thing. Before that happens, they get whatever you're shooting at gets a dodge chance before you roll damage. So they're gonna roll that. What did you say you rolled? A 46?
47.
47. So it has to roll under. So it's rolling a dodge check against 47.
Ooh.
So that's what it's rolling with its agility. So okay. Go ahead and roll your damage, but you can't see what you're shooting at. So
D6 plus whatever your agility bonus is, and if your bow has like traits, it can change that.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
not a fancy bow, but the dice explode, don't they?
Yes.
on a 6, if you roll 6 on the d6, you roll another d6 and it stacks.
Until you stop rolling sixes.
Mm-hmm.
So I rolled a 1 plus 5, so 6.
6, cool. So and the arrow goes out into the fog, and that's all you see of it.
Well, I'm going to let out a yelp. Whoa! And sprint back for the fucking wagon, dude. I'm out of here.
Great.
No thanks.
Awesome. I just want you to tell me one thing. High or low? Pick one. High, low.
Well, I am low born, so I'll go low.
Great. Awesome. I need you to make a dodge check. I need you to make an agility check, which
Should have went high. Should have went high.
yeah.
It's agility with coordination, I believe, right?
Yeah, agility coordination. Yeah.
That's a fail. My agility is 39. I rolled a 48.
Wow.
48. Cool. This is an opposed check, so that's a degree of failure of 1
Yep.
there. So it's opposed, so they have to make a check there. Awesome. So what happens is everybody in the column just sees Kluft just disappear into this thickening fog. It just starts going down that way. And then you hear off to the side something big like moving towards this little man.
Oh, I don't like big. I don't like
Moving
big.
to this little man. But it got a degree. It rolled a degree of failure of 4 because it rolled a 92. so for its check. So what happens is it's using scent to find you, but scent lags behind the production of it, so it kind of goes for the stink cloud.
Oh, it's trying to track me by scent, but I'm basically a field here. Like I'm
Yeah.
impossible to locate.
You're like a jamming signal, and just kind of it's just everything there. But
Tactical
you
UAV.
see what went for you. You see a kind of like a feral, slightly bigger than normal, just wolf
Oh.
that it made like a lunge for it, and then it kept going. Like it didn't stay to try and make that hit. Like it was just going like a raptor in the tall grass, just gonna strike and move kind of thing.
Clever girl.
Oh. Okay, so it's not a rat catcher. Good. Poof. That would have
They
been
all
the big
do have
fear.
small but vicious dogs, though.
Yeah. No, this could be one of those I've heard about. Okay, I want to like jump. Am I able to like jump up onto the wagon at all? Like, am I able to?
Yeah. After that, you get to the wagon and you just start like pulling
Yeah.
yourself up.
Come on, you're running like turnips in a field.
Ratcatcher! It's finally found me! I want to like kind of fall over into the wagon.
I love Kluft's view of the world. It's amazing.
It's the bad people!
Bad people. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm just going to I need you all to roll an initiative check. So what initiative is, you should have that on your character sheet. It is it should be 3 plus your perception bonus. So and then you roll a d10 and add those two together, and that's your initiative. So
Ooh, okay.
so keep that
Roll
in
a
mind.
D10.
Roll a d10 plus, and then your initiative, whatever that is.
So 13 for me.
Awesome. Just
16 for me.
okay. Just keep that in mind, because I have to get the.
Well, Roach,
you
would
got
you
it
like
here?
to go to a break? Because we're at that time.
That's a good point. Why don't we go on the break and we'll start this combat after the break.
Okay, so join us in 10 minutes exactly, because we have a new system here on this show where it's going to be a timed and recorded ad break. So join us in 10 minutes time where we will be back with combat. See you then. Hi there, I'm Alex. I'm the executive producer and founder of the Component Cast. This is a little bit of a new element for us. We've got a bit more of a formal ad break on tonight's broadcast, so you'll be watching a number of trailers from our previous broadcasts and existing shows, as well as us promoting some of our own stuff. Sometimes you'll see advertisers here, but today it's all focused on us. Speaking of focused on us, I want to take a moment to both thank you, the viewers, for supporting us on this first ever episode of the Zweihander campaign. It brings me joy every time we get to release a new campaign, as that was the original goal of the Component Cast, to give us a space where we can create and have fun with the TTRPG world and try to improve the already brilliant TTRPG and roleplay community that exists here on Twitch and across the internet. Now, these broadcasts wouldn't be anything without your support. So I'm going to take a moment to plug our Patreon. Sorry, it's a little bit boring that I'm doing this kind of just straight to straight, but this kind of information goes best when I can talk directly to you. Our Patreon is the lifeblood of this channel. Even though it's a new revenue stream, it is the best way that a viewer can support us, as it sees us get the biggest share of the ransom, shall we say. Don't worry, our content will forever remain free. That is not what we're saying here. This is just a solution if you want to go the extra mile. Currently, all the money that the Component Cast receives goes directly back into funding new shows and new projects. And with your support through Patreon, we can only create even more bigger and unique projects. But it's not without benefits either. Patrons gain access to a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Most recently, they got to preview a lot of the Zweihander stuff before it went out. There's looks at both Component Cast Live and also Component Press, our writing group. Patrons also get to vote on what they want to see, so you can tailor what benefits you receive to you. Anyway, that's everything from me. Please enjoy the rest of these trailers and advertisements, and I will see you when the play resumes.
Drakoga. It's a city of dreams, they say. They might have even been right once upon a time. But now, it's a rotting, corrupt corpse on a hill. When the nation went dry, a few saw the potential, saw the money that was waiting for them. Now, you can't go a block without passing a speakeasy, even if you can't see it. And you'd be surprised just how many upstanding citizens you'll find at a table with a glass in their hands. These can't help but want money or power. Problem is when both of those mix away from the light of the law. Corruption, exploitation, and murder. It's all just another night in Drakoga.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of this broadcast tonight. We have just rolled initiative, so do we want to go through what we rolled as our initiatives here? Just while Roach finalizes the setup of this gorgeous-looking map that you are all about to see in a moment. So I rolled a 15.
Great. I'm still learning how to use the initiative system in this.
No worries. So
You
for
know
now,
what? I'm just gonna manual this. So Midge.
Yeah, pen and paper.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Go full analog.
Midge 15.
Mhm.
Okay. Discourse.
I got a 13. So.
I'm on 16.
Okay. This 16. Mikey.
13.
13. Red.
also Mikey, I'm gonna have to crop half the screen, mainly because the order on the left
Red.
uses your Steam name.
14.
14. Rival.
13.
13.
Oh, I should probably change that, shouldn't I?
What is Mikey? What's your agility bonus? Or perception bonus? What's your perception bonus?
Perception bonus? 5.
5. Okay. What's yours, rival?
Perception bonus,
Yeah,
3.
3. Okay, so Mikey will go before you on here. So.
Damn, I thought I was pretty perceptive. Someone got some 50-something perception, huh?
No, I have
Yeah.
a bonus to it because of my race. Sorry, my
Yeah.
my
Ancestry.
ancestry.
Yeah, bonuses aren't the same as percentages always. Like,
Yeah.
that's the
I
thing.
have a few 50s, but I don't have one in perception.
So yeah, like
Oh,
I've
a
got.
few 50s, huh? Oh, very nice.
I've got
Absolutely.
I've
I
got
rolled really
I've
well.
I've got 150, but I've got one that 50 has a bonus of 7.
See, I've got 150, but
Wow.
all my others are in the 40s.
Yes.
I love the fact that I rolled a little trash boy. I'm really happy about
No,
that.
don't worry about it. I've got a 36% in agility, but my agility bonus is 1 because I'm an ogre.
Nice.
Not the
Right,
most
that's better for
agile
you now,
being.
That should be
Wow.
better for you.
Makes sense.
The NPCs
It doesn't
only have a
update
plus,
in game, Mikey.
The NPCs have a really bad initiative bonus, but they rolled a 10 for all the NPC, like the friendly NPCs. So that was
Nice.
actually really good. So the way this is gonna work is, we're going with rival. So it goes rival.
Pen and paper, always the best.
Yeah. Shut up. So it goes from lowest to highest, right? Yeah. So it goes rival. Or it goes from highest to lowest.
Rival,
Wait, what
Mikey, Red, Midge, Discourse.
well, no, it would go highest from lowest, so it'd be whoever's the highest. I got it all mixed around.
I
in my
got
head.
16.
So Discourse, Midge, Red, Mikey, Rival.
Discourse.
I mean, I'm happy to go first. I'm more than happy to
What's
go
your
first.
bonus to? What's your perception bonus?
My perception bonus is 4. Oh no, it's 5 actually. It's 5.
5. Okay. So we got that. Then Midge. What's your
Oh my
what's your
God.
bonus? What's your bonus, Red?
Look at this.
Red.
Looks really good, doesn't it?
He dropped out.
There I am.
What's your perception bonus, Red?
5.
5. Okay, so you go Red. Then we got NPC. Then we got Mikey, and then we got Ryan.
One of my
Awesome. Okay.
One of my favorite features about Tailspire is if you put your camera underneath the water, it muffles the sound like you're underwater.
Yep. There's also ambient like going on right now. I don't know if that comes through on the stream or not. I have like ambient sounds and stuff.
We've got the...
for the
Wow.
yeah.
Sounds.
Actually, that's about ready to change because the music is going to be going into
Combat.
ambush battle track.
No.
Oh no.
Yes. So first people to go are the unseen enemies.
Oh no.
Of course, yeah.
Because they have an initiative bonus of 8. So,
Nice.
Yeah, as expected.
yeah. So I just need to get. No, I don't need chaos manifestations. This is the first time. Hey, can you get that? This is the first time we've run this combat for this game. So I just need to get the list of actions.
This combat is brought to you by Zweihander, where we're learning it as we play.
Where we're learning it. That's a great.
First session, you know.
That's an amazing. That's an amazing one. Where we're learning it. That's great.
Hey, listen. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'll say that much.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. So, the way that this works, I'm also going to change that that music's volume a little bit. That's very high for me.
It didn't change for me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the music volume.
Settings.
There you go.
There we go.
The little
I do
cog up
apply
in
it
the
to the
top
map.
Yeah, I only have a master
that.
volume selection, but
Yeah, you only do. That's the only one. Okay, great. So the way the combat works in this game is on your turn, you get 3 action points, and an action point is spent on actions during combat. You can only attack once, but you can string other actions together. So pretty easy there. I have a cheat sheet for my actions, so I'm just going to go and bring that up. Because I need it. If I can get it
Yeah.
up here. Combat. There we go. Combat, actions, and combat. Cool. So, first things first, I am going to go ahead and just get these moved around a little bit, make sure they're on the grid. Yeah, cool. So, first things first, they have a movement of 13.
So these are the invisible assailants, you say?
Yes.
Plural, you say?
Oh yeah, that's good spot on that wordage. Oh, the guitar just kicked in on this song.
that's some really good stuff. I love that actually. This
I
music
don't
is
like
really
it. It's just we've just been doomed. It's like
good. Oh, the only thing they figured
Unseen
is
assailant.
kicked in and it's just gone.
yeah, I was just gonna say the unseen assailant is a doom marine.
Oh god, yeah. We're all dead. Rip and tear until we are done.
I'm just trying to. So in GM mode on this, I can track to people's camera like tokens. However, in player mode, I can only do that to my own. So I'm trying to get close-ups while we wait of people's characters because it's the first time they've been on camera as well properly. So like, if you're wondering why the camera is going about the map a bit, I'm just trying to show off the players.
There we go. So that's 1, 2, 3,
Oh, they're moving. They're moving. Ah!
5.
I can't see them.
Oh gosh, here they
Yeah,
come.
They're blocked for your line of sight, I'm pretty sure. This game does work off of line of sight.
I
why
can
are you looking
see
at
them.
me? Are you looking at me?
Okay, sweet. So, first one comes out of the fog towards the group, and it tracks on to Ashen. With that one action point to move, and then it's gonna do a standard. It's gonna do a standard movement, which I think is. Yeah, just standard hustle movement. Then it's going to go ahead and make a melee attack onto Ashen.
Rude.
So, and that's going to take up its other action point there. So,
So do I roll dodge?
after I see if I hit or not, because I have to make a combat action test or a combat-based test. And for that, it rolls a, yeah, so I just got to roll, it's a 50-50 shot. It fails. So it goes up to you, and you're just like, it's just trying to get to you, and it's you're able to block it from actually getting a bite onto you. And these are like big wolves that are coming in, like they're bigger than what you'd expect for this area. So that's the first one. It's going to save one of its action points in case it needs to parry or dodge next round. 5, 10, 15, 20. So this one's going to move 10 yards that way. Another one starts rushing towards the bridge.
Towards the bridge.
Oh, where the mage is. Protect the white mage! Protect the white mage!
And then the one that originally went after Kluft, you see bound out of the deep brush and starts going after him again. So,
No!
You,
Oh no! Oh no!
you motherfucker.
so it goes, you! Just
Yeah.
straight
No.
at you.
There's no meat on me. There's no point. I'm not a good deal.
It goes after you, so it's right next to you now. It's in engagement range, and it's going to try and make an attack roll.
I love the Clef as a like a character model. Looks like Thénardier from like Les Mis.
Yeah, that's good. I
Mitch,
like the
always bringing it back to musicals.
Yeah, I like the eclectic nature of our various aspects of our nerddom. We
Could we have some translations to like sci-fi or Halo?
I did-
Warhammer quip.
I'm across all of those spectrums. funnily enough.
Just because there's some of us who, due to the fact
Ooh, that's
his
not good.
mother took him to musicals constantly when he was growing up, has an actual violent reflex action to any musical talk.
So,
So my degree is just offensive to you.
Wasn't gonna say anything. Was thinking it.
How can you hit a panto though?
I know
just
it's
a
not
panto.
musical.
So
I know
Kluft,
it's fun.
I know you're trying to stop this from happening, but Kluft, it rolled a 13 and it needed to roll a 50, so it succeeded in
Oh.
hitting. So you have an option. You have 3 AP since it's the top of the round, and you haven't used anything yet. You could react by trying to parry or dodge. And that means you have to make an associated check for that.
Okay.
Actually, you would need to parry because it's a melee weapon.
Okay. So you can't dodge a melee.
Yeah, you dodge ranged weapons.
Sure.
That's how it works.
And what would be
parry
a
it.
parry? What skill am I relying on for parry?
Parry, you roll a combat-based skill test. So whatever weapon you are armed with, you would roll that associated score and try and succeed. So if you had like a dagger, if you had a dirk, you would roll
I have an axe. I have a woodsman's axe.
woodsman's axe. I'm assuming that, yeah, if that doesn't have like the light trait or anything like that, then that's just going to be a straight combat martial, or it's going to be a simple melee check essentially, and you're trying to succeed at that.
Boy, I sure wish I put points in melee. Okay, let's.
Yeah, don't you
Let's do this.
you know?
Don't you know?
I rolled it. One second. I rolled a 32.
What'd you need to roll?
Well, my combat is 34, actually. So,
So you
Hey,
succeed.
you succeed.
yeah,
You
but only
succeed.
but by like 1 degree. So,
But, well, this isn't opposed. It's just that you have to. If you succeed a parry, you avoid damage, but you spend an
Oh.
AP at that. So
Sure,
You,
well,
so you
it-
only have 2 action points when your turn comes up this time. So that's how that
well,
works.
what's happened is that I've turned around. The wolf has come at me, and in that moment, I have realized that it is not, in fact, a small yappy dog. So this isn't. There's no rat catcher after us at all. we're completely fine. So I take out, so I raise my axe and go, whoa.
Yeah, this thing,
And I
this
turn
thing
to
goes
face
to
it.
you. Yeah, it's like that thing where you jam it into the back of the dog's mouth, and it can't get
Yeah.
past that. It's just like that. So it's just straight
Yeah.
at you. It's a lot
Frothing at the
of
mouth,
spittle
yeah.
coming at you. So that's that one's turn.
I thought we were in trouble, guys. It's no rat catchers here. We're all right.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's just a couple of dogs.
So this one's actually going to run, which means it. Actually, I need to double check. Is it going to run, or I need to look at my cheat sheet? Yeah, it's going to move. It's going to run. Oh shit! Is it going to do that? No, it's going to charge. So it charges towards the only individual in a single, not in a group. So the mage at the head of the bridge has been supervising this whole time, just like looks across and just sees this dog, this wolf charging down on him. As it goes, not only just running, it's charging, which actually means it adds an extra d6 to its damage die whenever it attacks, and it succeeds in an attack. So the wolf's going to try, and the vicious wolf is going to go ahead and roll an attack action. That's a critical success, so that's not good.
Oh.
So that's an extra d6 on top of that. So it's got 2 extra d6 on its range. So Thalman's gonna try and make a parry check. He's got to roll good. That's a 90.
Squishy,
So that's not. So let's go ahead and roll damage. So it gets a standard d6 plus an extra d6 for charging plus an extra d6 because it critted. So. Okay, one of those explodes. So that's gonna be a.
fucked.
I've got a feeling
So-
that he is not making it out of this sight.
That's 5. That's an 11. Okay. Okay. All right.
It's a dead
So
wizard.
I have to check his damage threshold. Okay, so hold on.
It's someone with a similar background. It's not good.
How dead is he, Ro?
Okay, so actually all of you see this because so all of you see this. At least, yeah, most of the group sees this. So what you see is Stalvin. He's at the front of the pack. He sees this wolf coming at him, and you can hear him over the din of the beginning battle, just going saying aloud to particularly nobody. But maybe trying to big himself up. He gets like he goes. Fountain's got more up his sleeves than just some spells, and he gets down into like an old man kind of I'm gonna dirty fight stance. Like he kind of bends his knees and everything like that. And before he can do anything, you see a 150-pound wolf just put its full body weight into his neck and rip it out, and he just immediately dies. He just immediately goes down. Just like so. Yeah. Oh, and there's an actual thing for this. Hold on. I can do an action.
Don't we now have to make a check because do a lot of people need to make a check because visceral carnage just occurred in front of them?
Yeah, I need all of you to make a what is that check?
Well,
I
I will say that again. I will say that again. I don't have to because I have the background trait. I have the background trait. Which was it called? Sorry. Indifference, which means I'm not put off by gore and viscera, but the rest of you might struggle.
Did you just get us all screwed so that you could activate a background ability?
Yes, he did.
Yes, that's Midge.
Good.
You all need to make a resolve check.
Oh, I'm good at that. She says.
Do a resolve check. Tell me if you succeed or not.
15.
Nope.
Willpower.
All right. Fuck me. I'm gonna. If whenever I finally meet you in person, Midge, I'm going to drop kick you so hard.
You friends, you wanted Grimdark. I brought. I'm helping with the Grimdark.
27, so I'm fine.
I needed 45, got 33.
I failed, but only by 10, so I needed 39 and I got 49.
Cool. And how did Kluft do?
Oh, I got a 60. I failed by 1 degree.
Great, okay,
Mikey, I need you to stop changing the camera, dude.
All right.
You've just crashed my PC, I think.
Oh.
Rip.
So we need to hold for a moment.
We're on a hold.
Didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, I have no control of the stream or the cameras or my mouse right now.
Rip.
Hey, chat, can you see us right now?
I'm gonna mute on my.
They can.
Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that, friends.
Yeah, it's okay. We are back. Apparel.
Oh.
Just checking here.
Wolfsbane does not do what I was hoping it would do. So I've got Wolfsbane. I was really hoping that it would do something with wolves. Nope. For the treatment of tomb rot.
Huh.
There you go, though.
Ah,
What do you know?
cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll this for the perils. Whoever failed the perils check. 6, 7. That's 7 on the perils check, by the way. So if you if that it meets or exceeds your peril threshold, you go down one level on your perils track.
Right.
I'm imperiled.
Imperiled, cool. That
it
doesn't do
meets
anything
it.
yet. Yeah, that's how that works. If it was under, it wouldn't do anything, but yeah. If it meets or exceeds.
How much was it?
7.
Yeah, it exceeds.
Okay, but it didn't exceed by more than 6+, so it's just 1 level.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
imperil. So you become imperiled, which doesn't do anything yet. But if you take another level of perils, you ignore 1 skill rank in skills checks.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Like I'm gonna succeed anyway.
Didn't get hit this time.
Welcome
You didn't get
to
hit.
my world.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Wolves want my M&Ms.
Apparently.
I don't think so.
They can't eat chocolate.
Maybe they could eat. Listen, you said these weren't normal wolves, so they could.
That's true.
Exactly.
That is true.
Exactly.
Invented dog-friendly chocolate in the last campaign, so
Yeah, that's true.
I think we're fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yep. Okay. So we're all back. We're good to go. Just I just want to make sure we're good.
Yeah.
Keep
yeah.
going with combat. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. So that's the end of the wolves' turn. So all of them have 1 AP except for the one that killed a man. So first up is Discourse. Kluft.
All right. Yeah. So I'm actually feeling okay. Turns out I have the trait Dauntless, which means I'm actually not that easy to intimidate. So I'm feeling pretty good actually.
You fought dogs before.
I have fought many dogs before. It's not a problem. You really got to look out for the rat catchers. Those guys are trouble. But wolves, dogs, whatever. It's got my fucking axe in its mouth now that I was using to parry. I look at it. I'm give it back. I'm fucking mad now. It's trying to steal my stuff. So I gotta try and pull the axe from the wolf's mouth and swing it hard into it. I gotta do is there an all-out attack equivalent? Can I do something like that?
Well, you have 2 AP because
Okay.
you used 1 already to parry to parry. So if you're talking about like an all-out attack, you could
I want to swing
What you-
wild.
you could do like a perilous stunt and then attack to like set him up. You could do like a dirty trick first.
Oh.
And then that means if you succeed, they can't dodge or parry until their next turn. Or you could you could try and knock them out. You could try and stunning blow them.
Well, I'll try a stunning blow, and how I'll do this is it's got the axe in its mouth, right? Like I'm sort of parrying, it's kind of bitten onto it like it's a
you gotta-
bone. I want to go like on the ground where that wooden fork was that I was going to use on the cat, and I want to pick it up and put it in the eye of this fucking wolf. I want to blind
Alright.
it like I was blinded.
All right, so stunning blow. So what you got to do is you got to make an athletics test. So
It's a bad
and
test for me.
It's got to make an athletics test, and it has to resist with the toughness test.
All right, let's do this. Oof, not great.
So what did you roll?
My brawn, I've got no athletics. My brawn is 43, and I rolled a 54.
54. Okay, so 1 degree of failure up. But let's check this. It has a +10 to toughness. So brawn. So that is a 55. It rolled a 96.
Yeah!
So, what this means is that next turn, or until it actually succeeds a toughness test against this, it will start with 1 less AP next round. So you've essentially made it has less options in combat.
Sure.
You still have 1 AP left, and you can use that to attack if you'd like.
Okay. So I'm basically stabbing towards its eye with a wooden fork. I just want to go for it now and actually try and do damage with this. Probably the wooden fork is broken off, but if it's cut in it to make more like a shiv. No, I'm just gonna try and stab it.
Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah, animal abuse. Yeah, let's do this. Kicking
gosh.
kicking my wood. Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Rat boy. Let's do this, boy. All right. So I'm guessing this is just another. Is this a combat or a brawn?
Oh, this would be a simple melee test.
Okay. Again,
simple
really wish
melee.
I had taken points in simple melee. My combat is a 34. I have rolled a 56.
Okay, so you don't hit, which means it doesn't need to make a check against you.
Sure. Yeah, I feel.
So you just fail on hitting it, but you did succeed in
Yeah. Yeah.
pelting or stabbing it in the eye, and now it's kind of dazed as it.
Yeah,
at
I
that,
want to.
so.
I want to use this opportunity to grip the woodsman's axe in my mouth as well, so I can tear it back with my jaw.
Awesome. This is
As I
just
sort of-
a horror.
yeah,
This is just a horror.
I don't
Cool.
know what you expected.
it's a
bro.
collectible. It's a collectible.
It's a collectible. Cool. All right. Midge, it is your turn.
I just looked down at the scene in front of me as now the rabid hobo is fighting for an axe with its mouth against a dire wolf. I just looked down and go, "Get up here, you unladen boot buckle!"
It's time for Josias to go to work.
And with that, Newton pulls out his club, his dagger,
Right.
and I'm gonna try and do a stunt to jump onto the wolf and slam down on it, using my hulking frame and and then beam this wolf. Is kind of my action.
Awesome. So okay, cool. So that's just gonna be okay. So you want to do a stunt to that? Is there a specific kind of stunt you want to do, or is that just flavor?
Well,
that you're
it's
gonna
kind
do?
of
'Cause you
it's I was gonna try to use my body weight to stun it before I hit it, kind of thing.
So he's already under the stunning blow condition. Do you want to more be like try and knock it out, or take it down, and make it prone?
Yes, prone. That'll do. Yeah, I'll crash
Okay,
it to the
prone,
floor.
cool. Awesome. Make a coordination or athletics test.
Coordination or athletics? Oh boy, this is.
Actually, no, coordination. You can't do
Oh,
athletics
fuck.
because you didn't charge.
Can not jumping off this thing count as a charge?
No, it's got to be a running thing. You got to have a running start to it. So,
Well, I need. So I've got a 36% in agility. So
okay.
I'm not agile.
All right.
That's a 29. Oh boy.
Awesome. That's a success. It has to try and resist with a coordination or be knocked prone. So it's coordination. It does get a +10 to this. So coordination is agility, and so it has a 60.
Okay.
But I have been rolling really shitty. So,
Okay.
So we're gonna see about that. That's critical failure.
Okay.
So it's defenseless now.
I've got
for,
my dirk and my
So you get an
cudgel.
extra D10 on your attacks. Plus, it's prone, which means your attacks get an extra D6 on damage.
Right.
So,
Time to say night-night, bad doggy.
and I'm just gonna I'm gonna whack this dog to all high heck. So I need to make a combat simple melee.
simple melee
So
attack.
I
Yep.
have a special. I've got a point in this, so I have a 53% rather than my 43%.
And it was defenseless, so you get another +10 on top of that.
So it's 63%.
63% to, yeah.
That's a 43. So
43. Okay, cool. It's defenseless, so it can't do anything against you, even though it has 1 AP left. So,
right.
So you roll your damage plus an extra D6 on top of that normal D6 because you knocked it down.
Where did you put the mid?
I don't know where I've put my D6. There is a rolling function in this.
There is.
So I'm gonna use
I
it
just
for now.
don't know how energy intensive it is in terms of machine stuff because it's
So
just
that's a
Or
3.
There is one on the Discord.
Oh, that's true.
There is one on the Discord.
Plus an extra
but Discord
D6.
has been.
And a 1. So which weapon? Because I've got 2 and I get to add a +1. So it's a +1, isn't it, from the second weapon? So it's fine. So 3, and I add, because it's my cudgel is my main weapon. It's 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus 5. Or is it no? Or does the second D6 not stack with a plus?
It doesn't stack with a plus, no.
Okay,
No,
so
you're just adding all of them together as
3
one,
plus
so.
1 is 4 plus 5 plus 1. So 4, 9, 10 damage.
10 damage. Let me check its damage threshold. Awesome. You bring it down 2 levels because it has a damage threshold. Second level is 2, so it goes from uninjured to I believe the second one. It goes down to goes from uninjured to moderately wounded.
Okay.
Yeah, moderately. Take
Yeah,
that.
I need to double check something with my weapon because there's, I believe, part of it means I can't get it past us, get the creature past
You
a
can't
certain.
go past 2.
Yeah.
You can't do more than 2 levels of damage with a cudgel because it's a blunt weapon at one time. So you immediately but that doesn't mean it stacks. So next time you can do 2 as well, and you'll get it down to like seriously wounded. So it's just, you just can't do
right. So
3
I
at
can't do
one.
more than 2 at a time. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And then I've got one action left, right?
Yeah, you have 1 action left, so you could do something like move. You could, if you wanted to, you could make a called shot. Oh, no, you couldn't. You only have 1. So you could do inspiring words or litany of hate.
Litany of hate. What's litany of hate?
Litany of hatred. Make an immediate intimidate test. Number of foes equal to fellowship bonus suffer -1 damage and peril threshold.
I'm gonna do a litany of hate. Like I've just jumped off. I've revealed my darker side, and I've cudgeled this poor dog, as well as giving it a
Cool.
quick jab with my dirk as well. So
Make an intimidate check.
So intimidate uses. Ooh, what's it called? What was it gone to? What's intimidate?
Fellowship, I believe.
Fellowship.
I don't see one called intimidate, but okay. If it's just a straight fellowship roll.
Oh no, that's intimidate is in brawn.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's in
fantastic!
bronze. Yeah,
Even better, far
that's
better.
That's your school. That's your school. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget that intimidate is based off brawn.
I just rolled a 23. My brawn is a 31%, so I succeed.
So you succeed. What's your fellowship bonus?
2.
2. So 2 foes are suffered like that. I'll say it's the 2 nearest to you. So the one in front of you and the one that's on the way to the head of the bridge.
Also, I'm on top of this creature, so because I've just jumped down.
Totally works. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of these dice. Okay. Cool. That's the end of your turn. You also could have just saved it and used it for a parry.
Nah, let's have fun.
If that comes up. Awesome. Yeah, let's have fun. Red, it's
go
your
for it.
turn. A creature tried to attack you.
There's a big puppy behind me, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a big puppers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of teeth.
I'm gonna stab
Oh, you
it.
betcha.
It's a lot of
Oh, you
teeth.
betcha.
A lot of teeth
You're
going
gonna
on
stab it.
I'm gonna stab it with me dirt.
The amount of people
Alright,
just saying,
cool.
"Oh, you betcha," makes it sound like we're like Canadian Jawa.
there. Oh, you betcha.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah. They say sorry.
So
when they
I'm
steal
gonna-
all your shit.
Bit of flavour. I'm gonna spin round, pulling out my dirk at the same time, and try and stab the puppy.
All right. Awesome. So make a combat check. Dirk checks with. It's a light weapon, right? So I think it checks with. It's simple melee still, but your damage.
Because it's light, yeah.
Yeah, but it'll. Yeah, the agility bonus will be the thing. Yeah.
I missed by 10, so combat is 42. I rolled a 52.
Okay, so you do not succeed. That's 1 AP. Do you want to? You could try and get out of engagement range with them by doing a maneuver, which means
Yes, I
you
would
move
like
1
to do
yard
that.
out of contact. So you can move 1 yard in any direction, but it can't attack you with an
There's
opportunity
an
attack.
exceptionally tall, armored beast lady next to you who seems like she is prepared for this.
So if you want to, you could back away one next to the lizardkin.
I'm
away
gonna
from
go with the heavily armored person, and
I love the
That's
little
2
levitation.
yards.
that's 2 yards.
Yeah, it has to be 1 square. So the only way, if you want to get out of contact, literally back 1 to the next to the lizardkin, means you're away from
You gotta
combat.
go towards the
at that point.
caravan, basically.
Yeah, you gotta move towards the caravan. Yeah, that'll do it. It's gotta be there. If you need to, you can click the little, you can click the settings and go to other settings and enable creature snap to grid. And that way, when you move, it'll snap to
That's
grid.
smart. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Also, you can press M, and then 4, and then press M again. And when you move something at that point, now it'll measure from it'll measure when you move. So just for you to know. So okay.
So that's all my AP used. I am done.
Yep. And you're not in engagement anymore.
So I was reading the rules because that's who I am and that's what I do. The peril
love you for it.
thing. The peril thing, it just had a greater symbol rather than a greater than or equals to. So do I still get that peril level?
No, you do, because it functions the same way as damage. If you take at your damage threshold, you take a wound. So it's the same way with peril. You get 1 level of peril if it meets that as well. So, yeah. So cool. That's the end of your turn. So then we go down to the NPCs. All right. Well, one of them is dead.
That was fast.
So Victor's gonna move forward, and he
Go on,
is
Victor.
gonna move, and he is gonna try and what is he gonna try and do? He's got a really good athletics. He's gonna try and chokehold the wolf.
Of course he is. Go sleep.
What a plan.
It's a man after my own taste.
Yeah, so, yeah. This big mountain man just kind of wades past the two giant like demi-humans and just goes, I'll take care of it, and it just like goes with 2 hands to the wolf, like tries to grab it.
No tears, just dreams.
So he gets he's actually like a really good NPC, so he gets a +20 to this roll. So he gets 2 skill checks.
Wow. Oh, he's
Ranks
going
in
for
here.
it.
Yeah, no, he's going for it, and he has a base. He has a base of a 45, so he's got a 65 to hit succeed. Here.
I'm very glad that at
So-
least one of our tutorial support characters survived.
For the
Yeah, no, that mage had healing, so
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
know.
That's bad.
I know from
That's
what you were
bad.
saying.
Yeah, that mage. Yeah, he was a white mage. Okay, he succeeds by a lot. So let's check the wolf. Ooh, that's actually really close. Victor succeeds by 1 over the wolf in an opposed check. So
Wow.
yeah, that was really, really close. Basically, the way it goes when you're doing verses is the one who gets closest succeeds and gets closest to their target number wins. So
Damn, that's intense.
yeah. So basically, you're redlining it to the failure line is what you want to try to do with an opposed check. It's a really cool mechanic. So
that's a good way.
yeah. So, oh wow. So the wolf is now being choked by Victor. It immediately suffers 1d10 plus brawn bonus peril immediately, which Victor's brawn bonus is a 6. So okay, that's
He's a beefy boy.
he's a beefy boy. That's a lot. So yeah, basically Victor is holding this wolf like above the ground with 2 hands around its neck. He's trying to choke it, and it is now just it's restrained until he stops, or it succeeds in athletics test. So Victor's handling
Got
this
him.
one.
Yeah, he got him.
Victor's handling this one. So we got that. The lady is gonna cower. The merchant doesn't know anything's going on. So we go to Mikey.
Okay.
These turns will get quicker as we learn the system.
So if
Or-
I'm
and people die.
I'm just trying to figure out again how to. There we go. I think I should be able to pre-measure like this. Yes.
You can, like I said, if you press M.
Oh yeah,
Then
I already
press
have that set up. I just
4.
want to pre-measure beforehand because I don't want to pick up the mini and move it and then forget where
Okay.
it was.
All right.
This way
well,
I can measure beforehand.
yeah.
So Jeska
So you
can
can move-
move 10 yards because she is fast.
All right. Cool.
Uh,
There's a wolf immediately towards the caravan, like by the way, like just want to say like right here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That's a wolf. So you can get to that if you wanted to.
Yeah, because the wolf that Victor is obviously choking out, it's not going to be
He's
able to
handled.
react. Yeah,
Charge
he's not
it.
gonna be able to
Charge it. Declare a charge and charge the wolf.
Yeah. All in, baby.
react. All in.
All in? Yeah. You can do that. A charge is 2 AP,
Actually,
and then
hang on, let me
when you
check
get there,
something here real quick. I don't think it's a thing to do this because it's a trait, but I could issue a challenge.
I'm gonna say no because it's
Damn
not an intelligent creature. You
Damn it.
can't issue a challenge to
Damn it,
a
Roach,
non-intelligent
in
I
creature.
was trying it.
You
I was
could,
trying.
you could issue a challenge, it just probably wouldn't be accepted very well.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you declare.
You'd be like, challenge a grizzly bear. See how that works.
Yeah. How about thee?
I mean, hey, I wanted to bring it up. I wanted to say. Yes.
The
But yeah, you
gauntlet
could-
has
you
been
could spend
thrown
2
down.
AP.
The wolf, no concept of gauntlet. Like,
Yeah, you could use
I
2
slapped
AP
him across the face with my
charge.
gauntlet.
2 AP charge, get to the creature. Then you get an extra D6 to damage when you attack that round.
it shouts
And I
back,
get-
I play Diablo.
If you wanted to do that.
I hate that midge. I can just move to it, is the thing, and keep an AP in case I need to parry.
Yeah, that's true. If you wanted to.
I have all the
Yeah.
speed in the world. Jeska's super fast because she's a
It's true. Almost as
So-
fast as these wolves.
fast as fuck boy.
So go ahead. You can move then. You can spend an AP to move.
You got this one, Victor.
I've got this. He's holding a wolf with 2 hands.
150-pound wolf just up by the throat.
Bulging muscles as this wolf is just confused as it's being choked to death.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I
Yeah.
just realized the wolf that I landed on was landed on by a 720-pound man.
Yeah, no, I took that. Yeah.
That's a lot of meat.
I've
Yeah,
just given you
just
scoliosis.
moderate
So that's 1 AP to move, so I'm going to move to there.
1 AP to move.
I will then attack with my mortuary
Alright.
sword, which is
ahead.
martial melee, because it is a martial weapon. Which I
All
have
right,
training
martial
in.
melee. Go ahead.
Let me put up the sheet here real quick. It is a 55 to hit. Let's see what the dice give me today. It gave me a 40, so
That's a success. It does have AP, so it's going to try and parry that. So I just need to double check. Parry is is just a melee. It's melee damage. So okay, it's a 50-50 shot. It succeeds with an 18.
Damn.
So yeah, you hit, but it's like it's moving too quickly. You can't get like a good bite with your weapon. Like it just keeps like you're like nicking it, but not enough to do damage. Essentially, you're just kind of that way.
shave.
Yeah, we'll big it up that way, fluff wise. That since you're swinging a sword at a wolf,
Yeah. All right, that's
I
my
can't
turn.
really parry metal. Okay, rival, it's your turn.
Push talk.
Sorry.
I know it's been a while.
I'm measuring stuff and I don't mean to make.
Press M. I think you should.
Oh, it's
just
fine.
kinda-
I got it. I got it.
Go. Yep.
Yep. Right. So this wolf that's closest to me
Yes.
is being strangled right now, right?
Yes, by a large mountain man. Yes.
Right. Just wanted to make sure. There's a lot of wolves on the board.
No. Yeah.
One is a pancake right now, but still.
All the wolves but the one who killed a man is engaged.
Well, I may as well go and help out Mikey's character, Jeska.
Jeska. You all know each other kind of in terms of names wise. Maybe not Kluft. Kluft might not have introduced himself to anybody.
I go by Hey You.
Hey, you.
Yeah. Hey you.
Hey, Fleabag.
Or what's that smell? Those are my.
It's a good one.
Those are your pronouns.
That works.
Okay, trying to measure. 1 second.
his Kluft's pronouns like he/smell.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Is his pronoun.
Yeah. And dog.
Okay, so I moved to there.
All right. It's a movement, 1 AP.
Yep. And then
So you got
I
two left.
want to use my big staff of staffiness.
Your staff.
Okay. So Drakel has like a big walking stick, like a reinforced walking stick.
Yes.
That's maybe a little weighted for other things as well, just in case.
No, of course it's not.
A gentleman's
That
cane.
would be totally in keeping with someone who has a dark past and wants to steal stuff.
Yeah, you're an ambassador. Yeah. You're fine. So go ahead. You can make a check. This wolf has already used it's used at 1 AP. It can use another AP if it wants to.
All right, so that would be combat, and I've got simple melee. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
So does simple melee give me a +10?
Do you have a little check? Yes. Then yeah, you have a +10 to that.
Okay, so I need to be at 54.
Yep. Yes.
11.
That's a crit.
Oh, that's a critical success. That's a crit.
Hey, come
Huzzah!
and check.
Huzzah!
See, that's a beautiful 11.
I just need to double check. Critical success. Target defenseless for this attack. It can't counter.
Oh boy.
So
I have no
so it
problems
goes through.
hurting this dog. Normally, I have a problem hurting dogs. I don't want anyone going into the thing saying rival likes abusing animals. Okay. Normally, I'm very, very dog friendly. This motherfucker can die.
So what you can do is you can go ahead and roll a d6 because you just did a normal attack, unless that weapon has an extra thing like with stats or anything with it. I think is it bludgeoning or is it a bludgeoning weapon or something like that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, then that means you can't go above 2 levels of damage with 1 attack. But just go ahead, roll a d6, add your combat.
Crushing.
Oh, it's crushing, is it?
Crushing. Oh, it's crushing. That actually has an effect.
Well, I get my damage is 1d6 + 6.
Yeah, and I'll double check what crushing does.
You also get an extra d6 for the crit.
No, I double checked that. You don't. He just becomes defenseless. He just becomes
Alright, fair
defenseless. Yeah.
There's no defending against the crit, basically.
Yeah,
Cool.
essentially.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, assuming there's no additional effects from the crushing.
I'm
12.
looking.
Wait, you rolled a 6.
Yeah.
That
Roll again.
Oh,
It explodes.
Roll another d6. It explodes.
Nice. Big turn.
+5. So that's 17.
17. Wow.
Okay, I just want to point out the rest of the campaign, I'm screwed on dice rolls.
That's it. You're using up all the luck now.
Yeah, use
all the luck.
Yeah.
No, staff is adaptable, defensive, and pummeling.
Okay.
So it doesn't have crushing. 'Cause crushing actually, because as far as I can tell, crushing actually isn't something that's in the game. It's not in the rule book.
I'm sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to deal with the 17 damage. I'm sorry.
We'll deal with it.
Pummeling does mean you can't. You use your brawn bonus instead of your combat bonus for the attack. So whatever you roll. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can only inflict moderate wounds, so you can't go above 2 levels. So.
Oh, that's even better. That would mean I'd have to have got below a 62.
No, just your brawn bonus, so it adds the damage. So whatever your combat bonus is, or substitute whatever you just did, substitute the brawn bonus for that. For that.
Oh,
so
well, for my damage.
Yeah, for your damage.
Yeah, that was my +6.
+6. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So 17. Just double check here.
Roaches.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. No, didn't do it. Either way, fuck it. So it takes 2 levels of damage to it, because that's as far as you can go with a pummeling weapon. So it's also moderately wounded. So
Moderate
you did that.
wounds all around.
Moderately wounds. You still have 1 AP if you wanted to do something, or you could save it for a parry if you need.
We'll save it for a parry.
Okay, cool. Got that. All right, so that's the end of that turn, and because I rolled really shitty for the event turn, that happens now. So what you see happen is out of the fog, another 3 wolves come out.
Oh, come on!
Delightful.
Oh, something I've realized, because one of my weapons is powerful, I needed to force the dog to resist it, otherwise be shoved out of engagement.
Oh, well, you knocked it down. You knocked it down first, so
Yeah.
it can't really move at that point. Yeah.
Not unless I move it.
So there's now so just to give you guys like a sense of what's going on. So what you see happening is one person's dead. You've got some of these wolves under control. Well, 2 of them are really under control. One of them's like moderately, and the other one's kind of just a free agent at this point. But you hear like it's odd. It's not a howl that you would expect to come from dogs of these size, from wolves of these size. It's like a low, loud howl, like something that's much bigger is making that noise. Like it resonates more. And then you hear a whole bunch of smaller howls. And it sounds like there's a lot of them coming out of the fog.
Might be time to get on the old wagon, guys. Might be time to. The bridge was put down, right? Like that bridge was built.
Not
No, the
hastily.
bridge
We never
does not.
completed it.
It never completed it. Basically, what you have right now is there's a couple of logs that are halfway across. They were getting ready to push them and lock them in place as like the 2 side bits, and then you were gonna fill in the center. But that hasn't been done yet.
So we can
Is the
on
original-
foot get across.
You could try and make a jump. It would be like a stunt to try and jump across, or you could try swimming it.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can do that. So top of the round, it's the wolves' turn. So I'm just gonna do the new ones. So just let me check here. Awesome. So
Well, if we crash the cart into the gap, we could then walk across the top of the cart, make it into the bridge.
Or
Swim.
we could ride the cart away.
I'm not sure the turning circle on this machine is going to be that useful.
so this one does a run, like a full run.
Oh boy.
to try and get around, and you can see it's got onto the passenger carts, and it's homing in for the woman.
Okay.
So it's got that. We see. Hold on, I'm just gonna check and see how intelligent they are, because they do see a giant man strangling one of their pack. So I'm just gonna see if they understand that that's a thing. Okay, yeah. So this one goes for Victor. This one's going for Victor, and he's gonna try and roll. Victor has an AP, so he could parry this if it succeeds
Just
in an
hits
attack.
him with his packmate. Just
Yeah, it might be an improvised weapon. We'll see. Okay, actually, that's a success. So the wolf hits. Let's check if Victor can parry that. Victor does not parry that. So the wolf is going to get to roll on here. Oh shit. So what you see, that's 10. So Victor is brought down 1 level of damage. So you see like the wolf, like the wolf. The funny thing is what Victor's doing, because it's the most presentable target to him. The wolf just latches on to one of his biceps, so he's now carrying like 2 wolves, and he's still grabbing onto the one to choke it, because he's still restraining that one there. Okay, so we got that. That one's going to keep an action just in case, and the other one is going to go here and is going to try and attack Victor again.
Oh, there's a lot of them around Victor now.
Yep. That is a success, actually. So let's just double check. Victor does not have a parry anymore. He used his AP for that last one. So this is straight damage. Straight damage. Whew, okay, so that was a natural 1 on the D6, so it doesn't actually break his first damage threshold again, so he does not take another level of damage. So it's trying to get at him, but he's actually using the wolf to try and like block it. It's still getting him, but he's trying. But it's
using
like,
wolves to defend against wolves.
Yeah, essentially. So that happens. All right. Kluft, it's your turn. There's a prone wolf in front of you.
Does it still have my axe in its mouth? Because we were fighting over it.
Before. Oh my gosh, your poor teeth as I land on this wolf and tug the axe.
Just roll a d6. Just roll a d6 for me. Just roll a d6 and we'll just see.
Sure. I rolled a 1.
Rolled a 1. Wolf rolled a 2, so the wolf still has it in its mouth somehow, but it's more just out of like, it's being the sheer way it can't let go at this point.
Oh no, that's a problem. I need that back. Okay, so there's a bunch of wolves coming out of the woods. So what I gotta do is, damn, I mean, I guess you gotta do the old. Give me a capital city name. Give me a capital city. Give me like a big city name.
Oh, for the setting?
Yeah.
Oh, for the setting, Linnigan.
Okay. It's the old Linnigan maneuver here. Gonna have to kick a dog to death. All right, let's. It's got one of your things. All right, let's do it.
Make a basic simple melee attack.
Yep. This is what I love about these sorts of low settings. You get to kick animals to death. Oh, and I crit, I think. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's an 11.
So it's defenseless.
Yeah.
So it can't do anything. Even I don't think it could do anything either. So
this is an all-out attack. I should have declared it, but I'll use all. I would have. This is all out. I'm trying to get my thing back.
Oh, all-out attack. I think that actually is an action. So let me double check that.
Sure.
I can't tell if that's the music or if there's a lawnmower going on.
You've got a lawnmower going on.
Okay, I couldn't tell. I had the music going on in my ears. So
I mean, it could be both, right?
I didn't know if that was a particularly like bad guitar riff or not. So I'm just double checking the attack actions. There is no all-out attack action. It's just you just do a normal attack.
I'll
but you
do a
could
normal
do
attack.
you could spend something for a perilous stunt. So like you could do like another stunning blow, or you could do like a knockout.
Well, I was already stunned, you know. I mean, I do feel like kicking a dog to death could be described as a perilous stunt, but
you know what? I'll give you because of everything stacking here, and I don't think it's accounted for in the rule system. I'll give you an extra 1d6 damage on top of whatever you rolled. So
all right. So what is my damage for a boot? Depends what foot I'm using. I've got a boot on one foot.
Yeah, you have only one boot, but I'm gonna assume that's your kicking foot.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
That's your kicking foot. So
that's my kicking foot.
That's your kicking foot. It uses your barehanded, so you're using pummeling slow. So you're using your brawn bonus for your damage. So it's it's 2d6 plus your brawn bonus for this.
Okay, cool. That's pretty good. Actually, it's not too bad at all. So that is 6 plus my brawn bonus, which is 4. So that is 10.
10.
You just curb stomped the dog.
Did you roll?
Yeah.
You have it, or is that the 2 dice combined?
That's the 2 dice combined.
Cool.
Awesome. You have a dead wolf in front of you. You've kicked in its head. you're just stomping on the wolf that's on the ground.
Get my goddamn
You have your axe now.
back. Yeah.
It's bloody, but yeah, you've got it. It's got a couple more dinks in the shaft.
Yeah, I want to pick it up and be like, nah. It's ruined.
You still
So
have
2 AP.
you've still got
right?
2 AP, yeah. So if you wanted to like run, you could.
So the wolves are coming for us.
There's one on the trucks right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's one on a cart.
Yeah.
You're slowly getting surrounded.
I think it's time to run. The problem is the water's over there, so we're kind of trapped.
What you have in front of you, just because I can describe here, you're on a path that's on a flat plane, but if you look at the map, you can see there's a hill going in the other direction. So you'd have to climb up a hill, and it's multiple days wagon travel to the nearest settlement on that direction. And that's also where the wolves are coming from. So.
Oh.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Where's the merchant who said that he would beat me if I stole his things?
He's still in the cart.
Okay.
I have him beside the cart so I don't forget that he exists. But he's still in the cart because he's pretty buzzed at this point, and he's just. It's only been 10 seconds since combat started, so he's just now realizing that something's afoot.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I want to bound towards the animal, like the pack horses. You know, those sort of creatures, those beasts of burden.
Yeah.
And I want to start trying to undo the leather strapping that attaches them to the wagon.
Okay. Then make a move action. I think you might be able to get there in one turn.
Movement's based on your agility, right?
Yeah, agility bonus
Oh,
plus. It's your agility bonus plus 3 is your base movement.
So
That would be 5.
I only move 4 tiles a turn, everybody.
You move 4 yards a turn.
Yeah, I got 5.
You're moving 5 tiles, so you have an agility bonus of 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so you move 5 tiles, so that's so just move 5 towards the.
Can I do so stealthily? Like, am I able to sort of slink underneath the wagon or anything? Try and be a little bit surreptitious about this.
I'll say you use all of your AP, and you will get 5 tiles of movement, and you have to make a stealth check. And if you succeed at a stealth check, then you're stealthed.
Okay, I will roll this check.
Yep. I'm gonna say it's a challenge. You are in active combat at this point.
I didn't succeed.
All right, you move 5. So just move 5 tiles towards the horses then. And
I rolled a 100.
Oh. Okay.
That's a crit fail.
That's a crit fail. Let me just double check something on a stunt, because that means something. That means a lot, actually. Move your 5 tiles. I don't think that's gonna stop.
Mitch is just measuring, being like, how many turns will it take me to get there?
Well, I can actually get to this next wolf next turn.
That's true, yeah. You can also run, which I think doubles your movement.
So,
Got a plan.
so Discourse, do you know where you want to go?
Yeah, I'm going towards the beasts of burden.
Okay, you can move yourself.
Sorry, I'm sending a text. I'm being contacted by someone. I'm not connected anymore to the thing on the map.
Hold on. Let me just double.
I think I got kicked out. I think too much animal abuse.
I guess. You're back in it now. I didn't notice.
I wonder why the atmosphere had died for me.
Why there was less guitar riffs and stringy instruments.
Yeah, I thought I was just getting into the wolf stabbing a little bit too much. Okay, so I can move 5 tiles then. Yeah, I'm just gonna move in a straight line towards there.
Okay.
Wait, but that gets me towards the horses. Yeah.
I think that's way too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back 1. Back 1 more.
Oh, I thought the squares were a yard.
They are. You 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 yards right where you're at from where you started.
Okay.
Or no, wait. Oh no, wait. Yeah, you're one more over. Just so you know, make it easier for you. 1, press the cogwheel in the top right-hand corner of the screen and toggle. Go to other settings and toggle on creature snap to grid. So that'll help you when you're moving.
Oh, I don't have that cogwheel. It's okay.
Top
We'll worry
right-hand.
about it some other time. It's cool.
Okay. All right. You can help, by the way, just measuring. If you press M, then press 4 and M again. And when you move something, it'll measure now.
Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's how you
Yeah,
go.
no problem.
Cool.
Well, that's what
Now-
I do anyway.
Yeah, awesome. You critically failed, so you're going to take. I'm gonna say it's 2d10 plus 2 peril.
Oh, wow.
Is it 2d10 or 2d6 plus 2d10? Yeah, 2d10.
Jesus.
That's a lot.
And what is it that has generated this peril?
You critically failed.
Right, but what is the why have I?
So what?
has
So what I'm
happened?
gonna. So you take. By the way, you take 12 perils. So whatever that gets you up on the track is how far it gets you. So.
It gets me to 18, right?
Well,
yeah.
no, you start anew every time. You start anew.
Oh,
on the track.
okay. Well, I'm
Oh,
2 thresholds then. I'm 2 thresholds.
2 thresholds, so go down 2 ranks wherever you are right now. So which I think means you're like ignore 2 skill ranks level or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So what happens is wolves are coming out of the forest. You decide stealth, and you try scrabbling to the ground, but you lose
There's no
your
trash.
footing. Yeah,
There's no trash around.
We're in the forest, and you lose your footing on the loose ground, and you just kind of like scrabble. And as you hear the wolves coming in, and you just like you start losing your cool as things are coming in around you. That's
In that case, then, can I have not moved? Can I instead be trying to dig into the earth itself like a worm?
Well, no, part of it was that you were moving into it. So it's like
Okay.
midway movement. You're kind of scampering
Sure.
around.
Like you
you're
see
just,
more
Suddenly
wolves.
digging forward. Yeah,
you
like
start
as if
seeing
I'm...
the wolves coming through, and it's starting to get worse and worse. Okay.
Okay.
Because you used all your AP for that. Midge.
Yo. So I'm going to take a move action. I'm going to hop up to face off with this wolf. And as I do, though, before that, I just goes, so, where are you going, you heartless gutter snipe? As I turn to Discourse's character before going, "Wah!" and turning, and then I'm going to essentially backhand baseball bat this wolf off of the train. Because apparently
So you have
when
to
I...
connect.
Yeah, if I connect, I'm going to knock it flying. Apparently.
All right. It'll move 1 yard out of engagement range, yeah.
Yeah. So this is this is simple melee based off my brawn bonus. Sorry.
Simple melee
Simple
is your
melee
combat.
uses my combat, but because I'm trained in simple melee, it's a 53, I think, rather than a 43. Oh, I'm trying to get to my character sheet. I've got multiple tabs. So... Yes, so this is a 53%. Okay. That's a fail. I got a 96.
All right. Well, that's not a. It's not a.
Yeah, I thought it was a
like that.
99 for a moment. I got really worried. I was like,
No, so you move and you do like a swipe, but you're on like uneven ground. The cart's like moving underneath you, like you're
my weight.
you're
Yes,
too-
you can say
your
it. You
weight's
can
too
say
heavy,
it.
so yeah, you're a bit too heavy, and the cart kind of moves in an odd way, and you just like you overestimate the swing, and you kind of just like miss by a bit. You're above it. So you have 1 AP left.
I'm saving it to be able to parry, but can I, as another free action, can I tell the woman behind me to, you might want to get inside?
Okay, cool. When her turn comes up, we'll see what she does, because she hunkered down last time. So, all right, Red, your turn.
Also, can I request we delete the dead dog, or like dead it? Otherwise, I'm gonna
yeah,
get.
no, I was waiting for you to move.
Oh yeah, no worries.
It just falls over.
I love that tail in the air. Like that's perfect.
Yeah. All right, Red.
Right. So, again,
Crash.
I'm in mortal peril from dogs.
Yeah, you're not. I'm gonna say you're not engaged because it didn't actually attack you yet, and it's actively trying to take down Victor. So I'm gonna give you a little leeway there, even though you're right next to it. It's focused on Victor, which is actively imperiling a pack member. So you're not engaged if you don't want to be.
Okay. So, I can move 8 yards.
Okay.
Just want to sort of head between these rocks.
All right.
God, you guys are fast.
Yeah, I know,
she's-
right?
They're really agile.
Should be in discourse
Men-
over here, just trundling along.
Mine is because
Stealth
of
was meant to be my defense. Kind of got my.
And then I want to make a cool shot, which costs 2 AP, but they can't use dodge or parry.
All right. Well, you moved, so basically next time. So what's your called shot? And next turn, when your turn comes up, you'll get a called shot because you can set it up, but it costs 2 AP. So
It's 3 AP though, so she moved as 1.
I got 3 AP.
Two to
I've used 1
attack.
to move.
Yeah, exactly.
then
So
called
there's
shot is
so it's
2.
2, so you can't actually do the shooting of it.
Oh.
Right, or
hold
can
on,
you?
let me double check here.
Because
Is that what we're saying?
Shot, you get to attack as a call shot. It just
Oh,
costs,
yeah, no, you're-
makes your attack cost an extra AP because you're call shot.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I double checked that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Go ahead. I double checked. Go ahead.
I was on the same line as Roach. I thought the same thing.
I thought it was a preparatory thing, so that you kind of had to like do that. But I think that's aim actually is what I'm thinking of.
2 games.
So who are you attacking?
The one to the left of Victor. The
Okay,
one he
cool.
isn't hugging. The one on the left.
The one that's
on his
hug-
bicep.
the one that's hugging him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
All right.
And I got a 51, and I had to beat a 52.
Ooh.
And you can't
Alright.
dodge your parry because of
I can't dodge or
call
parry.
shot.
So go ahead and roll your damage. So it's 1d6 plus your agility bonus because it's the bow.
6.
6. Cool.
Total.
All right. So
Yeah, I
it's,
rolled a 1.
Ooh.
all right. So it is that still gets it down 1 level. So it's lightly wounded.
Let me just mark down another arrow, because I'm being good.
Yeah, it actually really matters in this system because you're very poor
Yep.
and arrows cost money. So, so that's good. Cool. That's that turn. Then we go to NPCs. NPCs. Let's do them in order. So Merchant realizes that he is in mortal peril. Bert. I'm actually gonna double check and see how common sense he has. Okay,
He's
that's
drunk.
moderately say. He is actually that is true. So I'm gonna say that's okay. So he bolts out of the wagon and immediately moves his full movement, which is 6 yards, directly out. So he just starts running into the forest. And he just starts yelling out, "You slow them down! I'll get help!" As he starts running, the fat man starts running out of the cart. So we got that woman. She is going to get up from her hunkering down, and then she is going to. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. So she's gonna go. 5. She can make that.
Oh, she's gonna start driving the car?
Yeah, no, she makes a check to jump to the main cart, and she just climbs into the driver's board onto the driver's board, and she's
Nice.
prepping to grab the reins,
Nice.
essentially. She's prepping to grab the reins. So that's her action for the turn. And now we got Victor. Victor has to either drop the wolf that he is holding, or and try and run, or attack, or he has to just kind of take it. Actually, he can attack, I guess.
He could continue to choke out the wolf that he's holding, which is an AP.
Can he, like,
then
Jackie Chan
it's an
move
AP.
this and use the dog, like, in a swing motion and, like, turn, like, do a pirouette with the dog and hit the other two dogs?
I'm gonna say it's like bare hand attack right now with maybe an extra 2 points of damage or something like that. So he's gonna try and use the wolf he's choking to hit the wolf that has actively hit him.
Victor's new favorite character.
Yeah, we're gonna see that. That's a critical failure. So, so I'm just gonna roll perils for him. It's not great.
Zweihander, a grim and perilous tale, is proving to be its name right now.
Yeah, that's he got 18 peril with those 2d10 plus 2. So that was a bad roll. That's a bad roll. So he is now. Oh wow, that's really bad. He now gets no benefits from his skill ranks.
Oh no!
If he takes any more perils, he just becomes incapacitated.
He just has an emotional breakdown and just curls up on the ground, basically.
He's surrounded by ravenous feral wolves, so I mean, it's kind of
fair. It's fair.
Yeah, it is expected. I would expect that.
Me too.
So he did that. He's maintaining that. He still has 1 AP left. Does he use it for parry, or does he try running?
Run, man, run!
I'm gonna roll his common sense, and I'm gonna say the lower he
Yeah,
gets, the better common sense he has. It's a 90. So
The man's a badass. He thinks anyway.
the man's, yeah, he thinks. But now, actually, the common sense was for him not to run, because if he ran, he'd be run down by 2 wolves that have attack of opportunities available to him. So the losing is cool. He is going to run while also still choking the wolf, because he can't drop that. He already spent an AP on it. So he's carrying a wolf with him as he runs.
Nice. I can respect that.
Yeah, well, if he drops it, it'll get to attack him, so he has to keep holding it.
But think of dinner later.
Yeah. Actually, only one of the wolves has an AP to do an attack of opportunity, so I'm just gonna roll that attack. That is a 14, so that hits. He can't parry, so that's just a straight damage. So. Okay. Victor goes down 1 more damage track, so he is now moderately wounded. He's starting to slow down, but he does get to continue to move, so he is going to move I'm going to say he can only move some of his distance because he's carrying a large wolf.
He's taking the wolf with him.
Yeah,
He's got a 150-pound wolf he's carrying. That's adding something.
He's still choking it down. He can't let it go, because if he let it go, because he spent the AP at the start of his round to continue to choke hold it. So
does that mean he has to make a
My dog now.
damage roll against it now as well, or?
No, the wolf tries to resist it every time, and then they make an opposed attack. Last time the wolf did not. So that's what that was. Cool. That's Victor, woman, merchant. Oh yeah, actually that's a good point. I'm just gonna roll I'm gonna see if the horses panic. They're fine. The wolves are pretty small compared to them.
That's true.
Yep. Okay. Next one is Mikey.
Yo,
Jeska.
I'm gonna make a call shot on this wolf next to me.
Awesome. So 2 AP.
Yep. That would be a 55. Okay. That is a 48. So that's a hit.
That's a hit. Cool. Roll your damage.
My weapon has vicious, so it adds an extra d6 for
Cool. So
Ooh.
2d6
Chaos
plus
dice.
your. Yep.
So that's 2d6 plus it's combat, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah, it's combat.
Yeah.
Or
So
mortuary sword, yeah.
5. Okay, yeah, perfect.
2d6 plus 5.
Well, that's a 6.
Okay, roll again.
That is a 15.
15, cool. 15, that's a dead wolf.
Nice.
Nice.
Jeska slashes the wolf, and then
Oh, I got rid of it accidentally. I was
Bye.
supposed to. Nope.
just in the void. Goodbye.
I forget the kill menu just gets rid of it. Hold on.
It's in the void
Despawned.
now.
It despawned. It despawned.
No, it's one of those. It didn't drop loot, so it didn't stay there.
cool.
The body didn't stay.
Dun
There we
dun
go.
dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
All right,
as an
so
AP, then she's going to turn around. Actually, I don't have a measurement thing up right now. I don't know why that's. There we go. I'm going to move to defend Victor.
okay, cool.
So I'm actually going to stand
Where he
right
was.
there. Yeah.
Right there. Cool. Got it. All right, rival, it's your turn.
Right. Okay, so the dude nearest to me, is he still strangling wolves?
Yes, he's actively still strangling this wolf as he runs.
That sounds like some sort of innuendo.
Really does.
Yep.
Hey, after this, I'm going to strangle the wolf.
I didn't need to know.
No.
I'm going to go there and I'm going to punch this wolf with my stick.
All right.
Nice.
Punching wolves with sticks.
Yeah, that
Punch
also
him.
sounds totally bad.
The component cast, punching wolves with sticks since 2000.
I will say this wolf does not have any actions left to parry with. So.
Oh,
there's
excellent. In
a-
which
Well,
case, I'm
aye,
going to
yeah.
use my big stick of death.
Alright.
And I'm going to,
Standard
because
attack.
it's my thing, I get to use my brawn adjustment thing for it. So that's
Yeah, you're still attacking with your combat skill though. So whatever. So.
54.
just be
I
your-
get a 54.
All right.
Ooh, 78.
All right, you don't hit. Well, you don't do any damage. Like you're swinging at it, but this thing's like, it's agile. It's moving around a lot. You're just trying to do what you can, but it doesn't connect. Awesome.
I will hold on to
And
my last
of-
action point.
All right. Well, actually, you will gain back your action points at the top of the round because now you get 3 action
New
points at the everybody gets an action point at the top of the round. So that's kind of how it goes. We just refresh those. But end of the round, before that happens, we have the special event. I'm just gonna roll this.
Oh no.
That's all right. That's not
Are
good.
the special events are they a thing in Zweihander, or
There
is
is
this something
actually-
you're doing? Is there a
No,
mechanic
actually,
for
there-
this?
There is a mechanic that special events you roll initiative for them, and then you put them into
Oh.
the initiative order if you have special events. And the special event is in here is wolves show up. So,
Oh, cool.
I'm just rolling to see how many come in, and that wasn't a good roll for you guys.
Oh boy.
So, let me just roll this. Let me just get these in here. So we've got.
I'm worried.
You should be.
The only thing that this program misses from me is the ability to smooth turn the camera.
Yeah. The camera controls could be more refined, but I think that's a
That's-
priority for them. So
Yeah.
you see 5 more wolves show up out of the fog.
Oh, more wolf. We need to get out of
I've
here.
got quite a few of them over here now.
We've got to go.
Yeah, you see 2 coming down the road at full tilt.
We need to go
and-
down.
And you hear the merchant. Yeah, you hear the merchant in the forest through the fog, just going, "Oh no!" just as he sees one on a rock in front of him.
Oh gosh, he's
so-
disrupted. Yes, I've got about 5 of them over here.
Yeah. Yep. So that's the end of that turn, and then the wolves go at the top of the round because they rolled really fucking well for these.
Well,
so-
fuck me.
I'll buy you dinner.
Instead of running, though, they're not going. They're just going to do a standard movement because I'm thinking. I'm going to roll something here. I'm just going to see because they're not normal wolves. Okay. They're gonna be a little tactical. So they're gonna do that. These ones here are going to go for the merchant.
That's fine. You can eat him.
Yeah, he's a prick.
Awesome. This one makes a beeline for the one still choking its pack member. Okay, and we'll resolve the combats in order. So the merchant is getting attacked twice. He ran. He's just got a really shit movement bonus, so he only got 8 because he has 4 for his movement. He has a 1 agility bonus. So he was really bad. So he can parry, but we're gonna see if he makes that. Okay, Wolf does hit, and then let's see about the parry. He does not parry because he is a merchant. So we're just going to see about this wolf. It says damage. Okay.
Didn't know we
Merchant
were playing a
go.
one-shot today, Roach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that fact.
I think I've indicated that this probably should be one you run from, but I don't know. Maybe you want to try and tough it out. Eventually,
It's a couple of wolves.
Yeah, eventually there have to be an end to them, right? The pack has to end. So the
Forest
merchant
is only
now,
so big. Forest
Yeah,
is only so big.
But we heard a
Merchant is
big
likely
howl, and we
wounded.
haven't seen the big howl yet, guys.
Yeah, that's true. So the
Oh,
merchant is
yeah.
now lightly wounded. Second attack on the merchant, he can't parry. That's critical success. So let's get this fucking over with. This guy's not gonna last too long.
Okay, anyone who can see him, get ready to take some peril.
No one can. It's on the opposite side of the thing.
I don't know if I can show this with it doing it because I have a very that's
see a
6 and that's another 6. That's two 6s. That's 2 max rolls on 2d6s. So
So they both explode.
they both explode. So that's 12 plus what's their damage bonus? Plus 4. So it's 12 plus 4 already, and then the next roll plus 7. So
23.
23. The merchant is dead.
I am
Immediately.
so
Yeah, of course
glad
he is.
I don't take peril from sights of viscera. That's the best perk I picked up.
I will say the only other person that can see this would be the woman from the couple. She's gonna roll and see if she takes it. She's surprisingly was okay with this. So,
That dude, especially. Fuck him.
so let me just kill him. So status knockdown. So the merchant is dead, like a lot. It's like a lot dead. In fact, I'm gonna say they use up all their AP because now they're feasting on the corpse of this overly fat man. In there, and then
He's overly
Victor is
fat.
getting
What am I? Oh my God.
Yeah, and then Victor is gonna get attacked by this one.
No, not Victor.
I don't think he did. He used up all of his AP
Got
last
it all
time
back.
because he.
Remember, it's his new start when he ran.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, it started the round. So let's go ahead and see if he. Well, let's see if this hits. That is a hit. So let's go ahead and see if he parries. He does not parry with the 64 because he does not get any benefits from his skill ranks anymore. So because he is very imperiled. So it's just a standard roll for this one. Okay. So that's 10. Victor is now seriously wounded. So you can see him. He's getting like slowly brought down by these wolves in this field in the middle of nowhere. So
Happens to the best of us.
it happens to the best of us. It's funny. I balanced this encounter that you had some NPCs that were really good, just in case, so that way you guys didn't die. But I'm gonna point out the best one died immediately.
And whose fault is that, Roach?
Ah.
I don't know. So
I refuse to take responsibility for your feelings, Roach.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. The one wolf is going to attack rival.
Oh no.
That miss. Other wolf is going to attack Jeska. That is a 30, which does hit actually. So you can parry if you would like.
My parry, since I have a shield, is at plus 10 because. of
Okay,
shield.
cool. Go ahead and roll.
So parry is combat.
It's yeah.
Thank God we've got one fighter in the party.
Yep.
So it's combat plus 10 for me, I believe. So that's 55 again. Well, that dice is gone. That is a 18, so I'm good.
All right, so yeah, you block it with the shield, and they don't get any more out of you. The one is going to see if he can get out of the check. It succeeds. So Victor can't hold on anymore to this wolf he's choking, and it finally gets out of grasp by breaking out, and it still has 1 AP left, and it's going to attack Victor.
Oh boy.
You need to get out of there, friends. You need to get out of there.
That's a success. Victor's going to use his last AP, or no, he used one. He used one, so he has his second AP to try and parry. He succeeds with a 13.
Nice. Clutch up.
He's not hit. Not hit yet. That's the end of the wolf's turn. Discourse, or Kluft.
Yeah, we in a bit of trouble here, guys. I think it didn't work out for me, but I think I'm gonna have to try and stealth away. Like, I think I'm gonna have to, let's see. So, unfortunately, I'm kind of where I don't want to be. On the map itself, right? There's like a bunch of like luggage and stuff on the top of the wagon, but is that the way it looks, or is that just the sort of model that's been used?
There's luggage on top of the wagon. There's a good amount of like things up there.
Okay. I think it might be time to climb up there, hide
in a box,
in a suitcase. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Hope the fact that my smell is so dispersed that I can sort of get away with it.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make
I don't think I'm running away from these things, and I also don't think I'll drown. I can't swim. So let's do it.
All right, go ahead and make
a stealth roll.
Make a stealth roll.
All right, let's go, little Kluft. Way, I got a 7, so that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
So my agility ability. So am I going by the ability bonus, or am I going by just my actual stat?
For what?
For agility. So for stealth.
For stealth, the way it works is whatever the percentile is, that's the base.
Sure.
That's the base to check, and if you have a rank in stealth, that adds 10 to that thing. The agility bonus is added to things like ranged weapon damage or your movement is
cool. Actually, I just realized that I've got the imperiled, so I'm actually ignoring 2 skill ranks.
No,
so
imperiled, you don't ignore skill ranks. You have to be down below that. See how it says ignore 1 skill rank, ignore 2 skill ranks, etc.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay. Because imperiled is an actual thing on the track.
Oh yeah, I'm at ignore 2 skill ranks. I'm pretty boned.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go hide, but I think I succeed anyway because I'm 49, so 39, 29. I rolled a 7.
No, skill ranks is. Do you have a check in stealth? Do you have a little check mark in stealth? Okay, then you ignore that check mark.
Oh, okay.
That's what it means by ignore skill ranks. Okay, cool. Then you succeed. So you get up on top of the wagon and you find a. None of the boxes are big enough for you to fit in reliably, but you can kind of
squeeze. I could squeeze real good.
Let me just double check. Okay, I rolled pretty high. So yeah, the merchant had a big suitcase with all of his clothes in there. So you just you bust open the lock and you throw out a couple of clothes and you just close the
yeah. I get like a little sort of piece of metal, and I sort of try to hatch the lock.
Okay. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with that next time.
Sure.
Okay. Midge, Newton, you got wolves coming everywhere.
Yep.
You're a smart man. And you don't see the wolf at the bridge anymore.
Oh dear. Okay. I can't run to the bridge. I am not fast enough. I am not an individual.
You could do a. What is your agility bonus?
1.
1. Okay, then yeah, it is 4. You could do a run action, like a run, which would cost all of your movement, but you gain your 3 times your normal movement, and it's 3. You take and 3 plus 3 to your damage threshold, which makes it harder for people to damage you. Like basically, you're just moving very quickly. So you could spend all of your actions to try and move.
The thing is, if I try to move, even so, I'm just going to be run down. There's no way I can outrun these creatures. You
can gain a little bit of time.
I need the cart to go. I can gain a time by knocking this thing out of my reach.
Okay, you can try.
Well, I'm going to take an attack, and then we'll see about maybe moving a little bit, but...
Okay.
That is... So a called is 2, right?
Called is 2, yes.
Okay. And it means it can't dodge it. Is that all it does?
Can't dodge or parry. Yep. That's all it does.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
Normally you would say that before you do.
Oh well, it didn't matter anyway because I failed. So I missed. I missed by 1%.
Okay. Cool. So you missed. What do you want to do?
So I missed. Disengaging isn't a thing, is it? So you can't.
It is. It is. Okay. You can do. But if that's the thing, you should have done that at the beginning. You could do a maneuver, which you move 1 yard out of engagement.
Okay.
And that costs 2, but you only move 1 yard. So so if you didn't attack, you could have just done a maneuver out and then moved.
Well, no, that's fine. I'll maneuver because I kind of want to stay on the wagon because I think everyone's going to be running to the wagon. We'll use my plan is at this point we charge the wagon at the gap and crash the wagon and get over. That's what I'm hoping for because I can't outrun wolves. I just can't. I physically can't. So. Like, even if I double dash every turn, they will catch up to me and attack me every turn. It will take all of my actions to do that run every turn. There is nothing I can do. I need people to get back here. So I was just like... So, for the first time, like, outside of my close vicinity, the rest of the group here...
Get the fuck back here!
And I am then going to just do the disengage to buy myself an extra bit of time. I'm trying to, like... Is there one? Yeah, is that 2?
That's 2. You want to go...
I can't stand on the thing. Yeah.
It's fine. You're close. You're there. It's fine. I understand where you're at.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're on the cart, but you're on, like, the hitch.
I'm kind of between, like, straddling the 2.
All right. I'm going to do something a little out here because I know what time it is. So I just want to do something here. I want everybody to make an agility test.
Okay.
Unless you're on the cart. If you're on the cart, you don't make an agility test.
Okay. I'm trying.
Needed 45, got 60.
16 or 60?
1-6.
1-6. Okay, cool.
I got a crit success.
Crit success, crit fail. Cool. I'm going to roll for Victor. 4. Cool. And then I'm going to roll for the wolves as a group, and we're going to see what happens with the wolves.
Roll badly. Roll badly.
All right. Just put it in there. Roll badly. Let's do this.
Usually I don't like putting that juju out
Put
there.
some stank on these dice. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Kluft has plenty of that to spare.
Okay, do you guys want to know what I just rolled right now?
Please.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what you just made me roll by doing that?
Please tell me it's 100.
It is 100. I rolled a critical failure. Like,
there's lots of stank on them dice. Kluft's after borrowing. Just here, here's some of this stank.
So here's what happens. So you hear Newton say that aloud, and you hear the woman from the couple who is now, well, I guess no longer a couple now. Actually, whose name is Rosemary. She
No history of pustules in her family.
yeah, she also yells out, "You know, I'm ready. Come on!" And you all make a run for it. So here's what happens. Okay. Jeska, you're able to outrun the wolves that are around you. You're running. They're kind of tripped up. They're not used to this kind of violence with their prey. So you're able to kind of like you're just ahead of them. You're also like fucking really fast. So as like your feature, Drakel, I'm gonna fuck that up every time.
Drakel.
Drakel, like like Drake.
Remember Draco?
Like Jackal, but with DR at the beginning.
Got it.
You know him.
Yeah,
Drakel.
You're able to just keep ahead of the wolves that are around you, and you grab onto the side of the covered wagon, and just hold on for dear life there. Like you're just holding on to there. Kluft, you don't know what's going on. You're in a box that's dark. You're in a dark.
I can hear noises.
Yeah, you're in a dark box. Ashen. You start running, but your little gnome legs are not fast enough. The wolves are catching up to you. And with his success that he got, he is going to do this. Victor beelines for you instead of going for the cart. He grabs you by like your collar, and he just tosses you. And I'm just gonna do a check here. Yeah, he succeeds that by a lot.
Special me.
Oh no.
Can I catch?
He throws you to the cart, and he got a 23, and he's got a ridiculous brawn bonus. So he just throws you, and you land kind of in a heap at the like in one of the uncovered carts, and you see him in the last second. 3 wolves just start taking him down, and and hold on, actually, 1 second. I'm just gonna see here. All right, yeah. So in his last moments, with peril going through his brain, after he did that, you get eyes with him, and him being him, he just goes, "Why didn't you run faster?" And he just goes down. As with his last words, he curses you, and take a perils, go down 1 peril track, as the man who saved your life curses you. And you hear Rosemary, yeah, and she just like gets these horses going full tilt to their deaths. Essentially, what's gonna happen? So I'm gonna make a roll.
Save us, NPCs! Save us!
This was their entire purpose. Oh yeah, they also run over the wizard, whose dead body is still on the car on there. Ooh. Actually, that's a good point. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make this a difficult one because you're running over a dead body as well. So we're just gonna see how bad this fucks up. We're gonna see how bad this fucks up, and then we'll.
Imagine we got to loot that wizard, dude. Like we would have gotten so much magical stuff. All the strings, laces.
Okay.
Do we have anyone that can become a mage other than my character later on?
Rosemary gets these
I
horses
might die.
goes full tilt. But this wasn't meant to jump chasms. And these are very heavy horses, so they get no air at all. The momentum that the wagon, basically the horses go right over and they immediately fall. There's no forward momentum. They just straight down, but the wagon keeps going.
Oh.
The wagon keeps going, wrenches off the connection with the horses. The horses are dead, but the wagon starts jerking downwards. on there, and I'm just gonna roll dice for everybody here, and we're just gonna see what happens because I've got a little chart here for this. Okay. 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 Desertwind, I said you were at the side of the covered wagon, so okay. And the ones in the uncovered cart, right? Right. Okay. NPCs. Oh no. Okay. So what happens? So what happens is wagon goes over, momentum carries it, but again, because this wagon is so large and these horses have a lot of torque to it, they kind of get it going fast before they immediately die. The wagon keeps going, but the covered wagon jerks down because it's a very strong connection. Rosemary goes head first into the side of the bridge mouth and just immediately dead. The only person who hears that is Kluft from his box. Kluft, I rolled a 10, which is the best you could have done on this roll, which immediately means your box is flung to the other side of the chasm. and lands breaking open, and you're just like on the ground on the other side in a heap of like random clothing and debris.
For a moment, I think I've died and gone to heaven.
Drakel, you're able to like your momentum carries you, and you're on the edge of the bridge, but you can easily haul yourself up. It's not like a check or anything like that. The other carts kind of careen into each other before they get swept away. All of you were able to like straight over onto the other side of the bridge as all of the carts get washed away by this rapid water there, and you just see all of you fine except for Jeska, which I rolled fairly badly on. You take 5 damage. I don't know if that brings you
my DT.
Okay, then yeah, so that's, you're fine. You get up and you look to the other side of the bridge, and you just see a horde of wolves, is the only way you can describe it, in the darkness. And just out of your sight on the other side, before we end off tonight, you see a huge silhouette at the back of the pack in the fog. 3-4 times larger than even these wolves. It's bigger than the horses that were drawing this cart. Just staring at you with deep red eyes, piercing the now fading light.
Okay, and with that, we will end the first episode here.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta change the music back.
I think that went pretty well.
We're alive.
I think I got some coats.
So,
hey guys,
pretty well.
You crossed the river.
We crossed the river. So all we have left to do today is to thank the people that have been here and close out tonight's session. As always, thank you to Commissar Roach for DMing and GMing this the Tuesday Crew campaigns. You can find him at youtube.com/Commissar Roach. Well done, sir, as well, introducing us to a new system. I think quick round of applause from us, because my god, it's like what a show for tonight. We also have the wonderful Surelyonlymikey. You can get him at twitch.tv/Surelyonlymikey. Normally, we're also joined by UtariOnzo, Twitch, UtariOnzo. We have the wonderful duo of Red Moogle and Rival Zone Gaming from Rival Zone Gaming. You can find them both on YouTube and Twitch at that name. We've got a new member that I have to add to my list, the fantastic Discourse Miniatures. You can get her at youtube.com/Discourse Miniatures. I guess, I hope you have the cast.
Something like that. You type it in, you'll get it.
Yeah, Discourse Miniatures. You'll find it anyway. You type it in. The SEO is on point. I've been Midgeman. This has been the Component Cast and the first episode of our new Zweihander campaign. I hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.